All four of us in the building. I got the homies with me. What's good, y'all?
Saturday.
What's happening?
What up? What up?
Another day in
Well,
paradise.
Here we
as
go.
we all look to our TVs and we get this episode in since we want to watch the Sunday night football game. How'd y'all like the outcomes of the day? I say that sarcastically as my as we got eliminated from the playoffs after winning yesterday
I don't
because
even know if we won
we had
today,
to
bro.
root for the Saints. And that's where my heart was today. I was sitting in my couch rooting for the Saints today, and I was at an all-time low.
Oh, yeah, once they said that the Saints had to win for y'all to get in, I knew y'all was cooked.
Jeez,
Yeah,
And the Saints actually been playing good football the last 5 weeks of the season, but
exactly. Which
they
gave me
have
false
been.
that
hope.
was a tall order going
Which
to
gave me
Atlanta.
false hope. Yeah. Anyway, we didn't deserve it. We didn't deserve it. We didn't deserve it. And that's what I've been telling myself that for 2 weeks. We don't deserve it. So hopefully they go do something that they need to do. I've already said it. I ain't gonna say it again. Y'all know how I feel
The
about that.
Panthers didn't deserve it either. Let's just be clear.
Well,
They
to
didn't
a degree.
deserve it either.
All right, well, yeah, let's start. Well, okay, well, if the Panthers didn't deserve it, okay, currently speaking, the way it works is all division winners make the playoffs and host a playoff game. All right, that's how the NFL works. So that's how you get. I think this whole conversation started like 10 some odd 15 years ago when the Seahawks, I think, had like 6 or 7 wins. They made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If they had like Sean Alexander, something like that, if my memory
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
serves me right. So there's been worse scenarios than right now. The 8 and 9 Carolina Panthers will host a playoff game against the,
Rams.
interestingly enough, the Rams at 12 and 5. So that's two things. I do want to get y'all opinion on that though. So two parts. The Should the Panthers, and we'll use the Panthers as an example just for this season, at 8 and 9 make the playoffs, or you can even add to the conversation the 9-7 Pittsburgh Steelers because they got a shot. It's either going to be the 8-8 Baltimore Ravens right now, or the 9-7 right now Pittsburgh Steelers. So those groupings, those 8-9 win teams, do they deserve to be in the playoffs? And then, secondly enough, do they deserve to host a playoff game?
Let me go.
I'm okay with them making the
Oh, go ahead.
playoffs. Um, Either one of them, like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, even Carolina, who I just said it. They ain't really did nothing, but they did play good football the second half of the season. Like for real, you got to give them credit. I don't like hosting the football a playoff game because the Vikings got screwed with that last year. Like we were 14-2, and we had to go on the road to play in the first round. Like we didn't win our division, but it was 3 teams in our division that won 11 games last year. Like you know what I mean? Like at some point in time, it's got to balance out. I don't have a problem with them getting in. Hosting a playoff game, I think, is a little too far. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like for Carolina, that's great. You know what I mean? Like revenue, that's going to be a playoff game up there next year in Charlotte. I mean, next week in Charlotte, atmosphere is going to be crazy. But and they might
We
even
don't
win the
care nothing
game.
about that. We don't care nothing about that. They are
Yeah,
not
they
going to
might
win
even
that
win the.
football game.
Well, we
They are
know
not
like you
going.
don't care anything about that
They
too.
are not
But
going to win that football game.
for us football fans who are not two
You
hours
might.
removed
I'm
from.
so confident they're not going to win that game. You might get me to put a bet on that. That's how confident I might put actual money. Then watch
I'm
Bryce,
not betting on the Panthers.
and
Not
Bryce,
not going against Matt
no,
Stafford.
no, no,
Not
no,
going.
Uh,
no. I'd be betting. I'm saying I put money on the Rams. Is my
Well,
point.
yeah, I'm just saying I would have to
I'm
bet on the Panthers. I'm not
oh,
betting on them.
there's no way I'm betting on the Panthers. Anyway,
But they got a
I think
shot. I mean,
I
but
think
I
I
just
agree
don't
with you
like
though.
the option of just because you won your division, you get to host a game because your division could suck. And their division suck. No offense. Their division suck. Like for real, for real. And it's like Detroit's better. Detroit's a better team, bro. Like for real, for real. Detroit Lions are a better team. They not in the playoffs. That's on them. Not in the playoffs, that's fine. But hosting a whole playoff game because you won the NFC South,
Let's not just say the NFC South repeated like we're the only. There are other examples. Let's just use it
we're
in
just using that
general.
as an example. Come on, it's not
Yeah,
it's
I
not
didn't like it.
it's,
I didn't like it.
it's
I'm
not a
sorry. You're
knock
right.
against the
You're
Bucks.
right.
Y'all did
You're right.
what
I'm
y'all
gonna
was
fall
supposed to
back.
do, dog. Y'all won the
No, we
game.
didn't.
Like y'all
No, we
did what
didn't.
y'all was supposed to
No,
do.
we didn't. No, we didn't. We
You
didn't do
know
what
what I
we were
mean?
supposed to do. We should have beat Tyler Charlton 2 weeks ago.
And also, too, I think it's something about the teams that have to go on the road and win. Like that year
Yeah,
that Eli and them won,
yeah,
they were
yeah.
like the 6 or 7 seed. They had to win all their games on the road. You know what I mean? Like it just like I
Well,
like that for the Rams. To be honest with you, I like that for the Rams. I like them having to come to Carolina and trying to win that game and getting that real pressure and then having to go on the road the next week. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
I get it. I get it from a team morale perspective, but I honestly don't like it. I don't
Yeah,
like
I
it.
don't like it.
I
I
don't
don't.
like it. I mean, I think this might be the first time in Hot Seat Podcast history. I agree with Marcus. Like my whole thing is that no, I mean, he's it's. I think I don't want to get rid of the division thing because records aside, you had three divisions that got decided today.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? On the last game, I think that's kind of fly. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you really want to get rid of that piece of it. But I'll say this: I think it should be reseeded every week. I think however it is, you win your division, you make the playoffs. Cool, we'll get that right. Now, where you fall in the playoffs is going to be based on your record. So you don't even have to say you don't get your home. I get what you're saying. It's like you just don't get to host the home game. Forget you don't even got to. You even got to put that in the mix. Where you fall will be based on your record. You're in.
yeah,
You're in. You won your division. You're in. But in this scenario, I'm sorry, Carolina. You going to LA?
yeah, yeah,
LA. I'm sorry. Sorry, Carolina. You'd be going to Seattle. Technically speaking, if you look at it like that. But yeah, I think because you got to. There's something to be said about winning double digit games. You got to. I think there's a reward in that at some point in time.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
Drewski,
He don't care. His team in the play. He don't give a shit.
No, I just y'all said everything I was gonna say, so I have nothing. No, I mean I agree. I because to your point, like I just feel like you said, Twan said you don't get rid of them, but there's no reason 8 and 9 teams should be hosting a playoff game. I just I don't know. I just that's rubbed me wrong for the last couple of years, and they're hosting a 12 and 5 win team. That's insulting.
well, here's what I would say. Here's what I would say. Okay, so let's, for the sake of having an interesting conversation,
Go for it.
what do you what do you say to the sake that hey, listen, your division is your division, and you won your division. Like at the end of the day, there's a reward for winning your division. There's people who didn't win the division that made the playoffs. So I mean, saying you're rewarded by winning your division and making the playoffs, well, I got the same thing somebody else would have gotten. They didn't win it. But and I'm just for argument's sake, what do you say to the person? I want to go to hell. What do you say to the person that says, "Hey, listen, I, I get it. My job was to beat these teams in my division, and I did that." Because we can also go back to to make it interesting to bring Drew into this. My team made the playoffs, so I ain't part of the conversation. There's something also to be said about being in a trash division and racking up wins. So then you get into a strength of schedule type of situation because we can all Buffalo just got good, and we know Miami and the Jets been trash. Like so, I think I get it. It's easy to look at it from a black and white perspective, but what do you say, F, to those people who say, "Hey, there's more to it than that"?
No, it is. I could see how I could see the format like y'all are saying. And the way that it's set up with the top four of the divisions, and then really you got two. That's why it was big when they brought in the third team. Because at first it was two wild card. Now
Yeah,
with the third wild card team, it gives a little more. But it's something that every year, and it kind of bounces around because, like you said, some divisions are like the second place team is 14-3.
right,
14-2. So
right.
you catch the end of catch that end of the stick or whatever. I don't know. I like it, but I also would I would be interested to see to see that change. Everything goes through, and they put it a year out there. Look what they did to the kickoff. So hey, give it a shot because I think that solution would be simpler and easier than you remember when a couple years ago there was well, it's been a while now, but realignment, like realigning the divisions. So I wouldn't tamper with it that because you got your rivalries. So I wouldn't necessarily tamper with the division,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but I do think there is something to like you said.
I don't know,
Now
man.
the flip side of that though, what if like you said, what if you beat each other up or you know you in the black and blue division and y'all beat each other up and
Prime
now it's
example. Prime example. You got the NFC North. Has always been one of them divisions that needs
you
to
got
be
the
beat.
game tonight.
Yeah, they just get busy. I don't care what the record is. Y'all ain't nobody coming out of this division 14-3. That just ain't how it's gonna work.
Well, that's the AFC North.
AFC North. Yep. You say well
Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, actually, either
a-
or. Actually, both of
Yeah,
them. But
yeah, that's
yeah.
technically,
true.
but I was
Yeah.
specifically speaking about yeah. But then you have no disrespect. You just being honest. You had a scenario where a team ran through a division for 15 plus some odd years, and that division never really put up much of a fight. Yet, you see what I'm
Only
saying? You
difference.
get
You
into
Yeah, the
know
only difference though. No, but here's the only difference.
okay,
And to
okay.
your
I knew
point,
you was gonna wake them up.
no, I'm saying to your point, it was a weak division, but they weren't just beating that division; they were beating the league. So it wasn't a situation where they were running through that division and they had 8 wins. No, these
Well,
niggas had
well, no,
12, 14
no,
win
no.
seasons, 16
No,
win
they
season.
also had like 10, 11 win seasons, and if you guarantee 6 wins, you get 10, 11 wins straight off the
How
division.
many
You get six from the division, and you all
how
you
many
get.
times?
Think about it. Think about it.
Hmm.
Let me give you some math, and you can answer it any way you want. You can answer your
Go
question.
for it, my brother.
If I get six off the dome,
yeah.
and I win 11, that means I went 5-5 the rest of my schedule. I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm just saying to say.
I got you. But again, there was also 15 win season, 16 win season. So it wasn't a situation again where they were an 8 and 9 team. They literally had a 16 win season. So yeah,
You know when this
you
started?
had the
You
six, but also you still beat the people you had.
And I'm
What were you
not. That
saying? I'm
wasn't me
sorry.
questioning the Patriots' greatness.
No,
I'm
no, I got you.
just
I got you. I got you.
I
that
was
was something to be said back then. Now.
Well, I will also say to Drew's point, I mean to Harold's point actually about the rivalry. Like division games, like Cleveland is horrible. But when they play the Ravens, bro, like I don't care how good
Well,
Baltimore
they
is, bro,
played the
they could lose.
Ravens, they played
When they can play the
the
Bengals, they can lose.
Steelers.
When they
I'll
play the
give you one
Yeah.
Steelers,
better.
they could lose.
Those years that the Patriots are dominating. Look at our record in Miami.
Oh man,
Drew,
Yeah.
Miami be smoking y'all.
yeah, they did, they
We
did.
couldn't beat them in
yeah.
Let me
Miami.
ask you a question. Let me give you some pushback on the reseeding,
Go for it.
not reseeding the divisions actually. 'Cause I agree for the most part, but there are certain scenarios where I think you could create more of a you could build more of a rivalry. Let's just say, for example, all right, you got Jacksonville and Miami should be in the same division. That's the
Okay.
state and the way the state of Florida works.
Yeah.
Think about Florida
I knew
State,
it was
Florida,
going to be.
Miami.
I knew he was going to come with this Florida mess
No,
and
no,
try to
no.
put Florida. He was going
I
to try
got
to put
other
all of
examples.
Florida
I got other
in
examples.
one conference. We just want to play by ourselves. No, we're Florida. We just want to play
Hey man.
football by ourselves. Go ahead,
Hey
carry on.
brother.
Let me guess, Tampa too, huh?
No, no, no.
Throw
Tampa. No, no.
Tampa in
Tampa.
there.
I think the NFC South is set up geographically good. They fine. They're
Tampa's in
fine.
Florida. What you?
I'm not saying just. He said it was because they were in Florida. I'm saying proximity. That was the point I was making. Anyway, but then you can take a scenario if you do that, right? And then you can take a team, what's the AFC team in the Northeastern corridor? You can take a team like I'm
You saying the
blanking,
AFC?
but you get what I'm saying. Like you can create scenarios where divisions have where
Baltimore,
there's
Cincinnati. Yeah.
You're trying to make it more of a.
I think the Cincinnati, yeah, Cincinnati will be good, especially you got two Ohio teams in the same division. I like that. but it's not like them two teams really have a rivalry. So it's not like you're taking
So
these teams
kind of
away
more
from
of
that.
a college. You're bringing a
Yeah, make
college
it regional
proximity.
almost because then you got fans that are crossing paths. You got then you really because that's what drives the rivalry, fans
Let
and
me
interactions,
let me ask you this: what you think about this? And this is
and
rough.
not just the Florida team.
Yeah, not just Florida, but this is extremely rough. You have your four division champs, right?
Okay,
You have the number two team, the second place team
in the division.
in the division. All
Okay,
the number one teams get a bye. The number two teams, out of the number two teams, the top team plays the bottom, like one plays four, two plays three. So you add that extra team in. That way, hey, if you deserve to be there, you might have that extra week, but it eliminates. What are the chances of, like, now if
it's
you
not
just
gonna
have,
work because then you
if
got six teams playing on it in the next round. Well, at that point in time when those winners come, you only got three teams. You
what
got three teams.
Yeah, somebody
You
gonna
have
be
to.
left out. At the end of the day, you know who started this? Let me tell you who started this.
Who
This
started?
started in the NFC West. This started with the Cardinals. Like, you the Cardinals and the Rams. Like, I remember, I'm gonna find it. I don't have my stuff. Look it up, Drew. But I remember it was
You
it
don't know when
was
you're looking
it
up.
was like the
I about to say
first
I don't know
year.
what you look at what.
Um,
Look it up, Drew.
it was the first year
Hey,
that they ended the
that needs to
season.
be a thing now.
Hey, look, it was the first year they ended the
Look
season,
it up,
and
Drew.
they didn't have, like, nobody had a winning record.
Okay.
Nobody had a winning record in
You
that
talking about
division.
the year Seattle went? That's what I stated earlier. That's the year
So
Seattle
that's who
went. They was like
started it.
seven.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
how
who.
did the
That
Cardinals get into this? They didn't even make the playoffs.
well, no, in that whole,
I
that's all the
understand.
division. That's
I
that's
got
that
you.
division.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, because
All
they
right,
could
look,
beat
but
they could beat each other, but they couldn't beat anybody else.
right. No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. So, like, peak game, peak game. Think about it like this, right? All right, so you got a division where I wouldn't touch the NFC East, even though that, honestly speaking, the only divisions I would really touch would be the AFC East and the AFC North and the AFC South. Those are the only three I would kind of mix those up a little bit more because Indianapolis Colts, I would put them, honestly, I put them where Cincinnati is. I put Cincinnati where Miami is. I put Miami where Indianapolis is. That's
I
exactly
still
how I
don't.
would.
I still don't I never understood Miami and the Patriots being in the same.
Yeah, I don't know how that started. Yeah.
I
But
never
if think about it, if
understood.
you put Cincinnati in the division with the AFC East, that makes sense. Then if you put Indianapolis in the division with the AFC North, that makes sense. And then you put Miami in the division with the AFC South, that makes sense. It makes perfect
Definitely,
sense.
definitely can't touch the NFC North.
No, no, no,
Nope.
the NFC East. The NFC East, you mean. Yeah, you can't touch it.
All
That's
the
already
East, all the East. You can't move any of
the
Vikings,
NFC you almost can't.
Green
The NFC is
Bay,
almost pretty
Chicago,
solid.
Lions, like that. That just fits
Yeah, I
Honestly,
think the
all
NFC
perfect.
makes more sense
yeah,
right now.
NFC
Yeah,
solid.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I
just
like
that
it.
AFC mix up. Do three teams.
Y'all the
Oh,
North, nigga. We all the North.
all
So
right. Oh,
I think
okay.
I think it'll be I don't know. It's definitely something that somebody at this pace, at this rate, somebody's gonna get hosed every year. Like,
Yeah, I think they purposely set it up that way
yeah,
though.
but it makes for
Because
good TV.
it
I
creates
mean, at the end
conversation.
of the day, it's week 17,
It creates
and
conversation.
yeah, we were watching up to the very end. So
And I was
And
watching
as
the Saints.
and as much as we don't necessarily agree with what they doing, to be honest with you, the first week of the first round of the playoffs is gonna be pretty good next weekend.
mhm.
Like they got some real solid ass matchups, bro. Like that's some real solid ass matchups going on. Like
So I
Patriots
agree
and
Carolina
with
getting
you.
cooked
Chargers.
though.
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose, but I don't know what it
They're
is
gonna
about Carolina. The Rams can't seem to beat them like they should.
I
I don't know
got you.
what that is.
Here's the
Break the
thing
salary.
about Carolina. They have good players. Like, I'm going to tell you what's crazy about the NFC South. It's the most can't get right division. Because every year, we have 2 or 3 games where you're like, how the hell we lost that? Every year, you go look at Atlanta, they have the same 2 or 3 games. Every year, you look at Carolina. Now, the Saints just be the Saints. But those 3 teams, you always look at 2 wins and you're like, 2 or 3 every year. And you're like, well, how the
And you
hell?
know, you know what those 2 or 3 wins do? Knock y'all out the wild card.
Mhm.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it does. And you run into scenarios where we look like, anyway.
I think you can say that about a lot of divisions. I think the NFC East do the same thing, bro.
That's what
Like
they
for
do.
real. Philly loses games that they should not lose. Dallas loses games that they absolutely should not lose.
Yep, yep,
The Patriots with Miami, that is a game that them niggas should never lose, bro. Like they should never
yep.
lose
It's
that
that heat.
game.
It's that heat.
And that's the weird thing about the NFC South. We really do. We are probably, it looks bad because of the record, but these teams just beat up on each other.
I'm gonna
No,
say I
no,
never
Like
know
they
who's gonna win.
nobody sweeps anybody in this division. It's never,
no,
it don't ever happen.
they don't.
Never.
But they were pretty bad this year though. They were pretty bad. Saints were a shit team.
No, the
Just
Saints are
shit,
just bad.
fucking
The
shit
Saints are
show.
just bad. But
And
to your point, with
Hey,
division,
did Alvin Kamara retire? Because I swear,
I
after
don't
I
know.
picked him up in fantasy, I did not see this dude again. You see what
Hey
I'm talking
man,
about? I
and
think he.
then blocked this trade last year. That sounds
They
like
sure
motherfucker.
did.
That sounds like
They
motherfucker just
sure
go to
did.
work and is like, man, I'm not doing shit, and I ain't leaving this job
Don't
because
even
I ain't
worry
got
about it.
shit to do.
yeah.
We're like, yeah, fuck that. Nah,
Hey,
I ain't leaving.
So
Y'all
I
ain't
got a
trade me
question. I got a
nowhere.
question.
all
I
right.
got a question. All right, so it's list time. It's the off, well, it's playoffs, but list time. And I was sitting there thinking, I was having a conversation that made me think about defensive players. And then we saw today that Miles Garrett just got the single season sack record with
Oh, you
22. So
got it? You
congratulations, he
did get
got
it?
it. He got it.
Okay.
Um, I'm going to exclude 1999 and back because I don't want nobody saying Dion. I'm not want nobody saying Lawrence Taylor because it's too easy. Because it's too easy, and we have to move the conversation forward. It's been a half century, so I mean a quarter century. Excuse me, a quarter century. We can have the conversation.
Okay.
We've had some careers that literally started in 2000s, and we can have the conversation.
What's the
I'm not
question?
going. I
What's the
want you to
Here's the
question?
finish your
rule.
thought. I want you to finish your thought. But go ahead.
Here's the rule. Here's the rule. The overwhelming majority of their career has to have been 2000 or later.
Okay.
So I mean, if you drafted 98, 99.
Don't let Marcus change your initial question.
No,
Just
no, no. That was the whole point.
What's the
That was the
What's the
whole. Because
Try
question?
I'm
to
thinking.
change the bit of
No,
the
no.
question.
Here's the reason. There are some players who were drafted 98, 99 that would be their whole career was 2000s. No, no. That was my only point. That was goodwill. Anyway, well, go ahead, Marcus. What was your caveat?
No. What's the question?
I have a caveat. I
Who was
just
the best? Who was the best defensive player of the 2000s? I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give y'all some people just some refreshing memory. Aaron Donald, Richard Seymour, J.J. Watt, DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller, Michael Strahan. We got Ray Lewis, of course. And Ray Lewis, again, another person I was thinking about, 99, 90s to 2000s. Brian Urlacher, Derrick Brooks, even though I don't know if I would count. I think I'm going to exclude Derrick Brooks, even though I love Derrick Brooks. Darrell Reeves, Champ Bailey, I have to look at his years too. Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, Troy Polamalu. There's some other people, but that's just to give out refreshing memory. Y'all got computers and stuff, but let's talk about it. Who is? Well, let's start talking about it. But I want to see if we can figure out who the best defensive player in the 2000s. See how that's it's a much harder conversation when you exclude Deion Sanders, Lawrence Taylor.
not really. I think it's Aaron Donald.
Okay.
And if it's not Aaron Donald, my personal favorite pick, he probably won't be the favorite on the panel. But what he did that one
Two
year, not even Dion
Donald,
did. Darrell
Donald,
Reeves.
and okay. Give one more honorable mention. I I think that's easier. Give me your pick, and then give me two honorable mentions.
Okay. I go Donald and Darrell Reeves is my one of my honorable mentions. And I'm gonna go I'm gonna go somebody different that you didn't name. I'm gonna go Harrison Smith. I'm gonna take the homer. I'm gonna take Harrison Smith
Okay. Okay.
as my other honorable mention.
I'm gonna go ahead and recall the Harrison Smith stats for the audience, so I know don't remember. I know who you're talking about, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
defensive back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Safety
All right.
brother, the hitman.
Okay. All right. Little insider. Nobody, I've never heard that. But
Yeah, that's because you're not a Viking
I'm playing.
fan.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. That was me being an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
The audience is used to it, brother.
Hey.
Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith, 37 solo tackles, 150 plus actual tackles, one forced fumble, which is tied for 63rd, two interceptions, 10 pass
You
defenses.
talking about just this year?
No, no, no. I'm sorry. Yep, I'm reading the wrong thing. My
I'm about to
apologies.
say, bruh, no, you reading the
Yeah,
wrong
he
stat line
all
for that,
over.
brother.
My
Yeah, he's
computer,
all
my
over.
computer flipped and it went to 2025. Anyway,
hey, hey, that's a man that knows his team right there.
you're right.
Yeah,
It sounded low. You saw I was reading it slow. I was like,
yeah, he
well,
was
this is
like,
not. His stats
Motherfucker,
not good at all.
motherfucker 50 years old. You ain't talking about this year? He 50 years old out here, man.
his, his stats are horrible. This doesn't sound good at all. My
Oh,
bad.
God.
cool,
He's the first
cool.
ballot Hall of Famer. Real
All right.
shit.
Well, you give us his accolades then, if you
I
want
don't know what his damn accolades is. I just know the brother be out there solid, man. A lot of sacks. I'm pretty sure he's top 5 in safeties and sacks. I'm gonna tell you
to.
that.
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure he's top 5 in sacks. I'm
Here's what I'll
almost
say.
positive he's
Yeah,
top 15, top 20 interceptions, forced fumbles. He's up
yeah.
there.
I'm not gonna debate that. I rock with
Harrison
Harrison.
Smith is up there, bro. Like
Yeah, I
he's
rock
up
with
there.
Harrison.
So let me
He's
ask
up
you a
there.
question, and
I
this is
rock with
not me. This
Harrison.
is just me driving the show
Yeah,
and making sure we stay within the realm of the question. You think he's in the realm of the best defensive player of the 2000s?
absolutely,
He'll be in the talk.
absolutely,
Okay.
I
All
put
right,
absolutely.
cool. Cool.
I'll
No,
put
no,
a
no.
I'll
I just want to make sure you was clear on that.
if it was a
It ain't
top
my team,
10.
so I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
I would say because of his consistent over the years. I got Darrell Reeves up there, and he only had that one or two good years, to be real
I'm
with
about
you.
to say that's why I say I wouldn't have the real Reeves
yeah,
up
that
there.
kind
I'll
of
put him up there because the year that he had was like a Jordan year where you won every fucking thing and you stopped everybody. Like to
yeah.
go up against
When they
every
just
top
stop.
wide receiver
Yeah, yeah.
and stop him
And
is
know
But we're
their
talking about
unheard
for
of.
movement.
the 2000s. I get it. I'm not arguing that. I think he had one of the greatest seasons of the 2000s. But I'm
Yeah, I
not gonna put him
mean,
as a player as the greatest.
when
I don't
somebody
know.
does something that's probably never going to be duplicated, I'm gonna put him up there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put him up there. But those are
Drew,
my guys. Those are my guys.
Oh, me?
I said Drew.
Hey, hey,
No,
don't disrespect
I
Seymour.
literally named him on purpose.
I know
Yeah,
he did.
I was
that's
naming him because he was a Patriot to be funny, but I brought up a thing that he could say. No, no, no. I said it on purpose. No,
That's
Richard
funny.
Seymour too.
that's family. Don't do that, Harold.
I'm
Don't
not
do
saying.
that. Don't do that. Don't do
Nah,
that. It ain't his
but
fault that your GM stupid and wanted to give him 25 million fucking dollars a year. That is not his fault.
Well,
Not his
where
fault.
is he at? Tell him to bring some of that back because he owes us.
For
He has
what?
some of
Y'all
my
motherfuckers suck.
he
Even if he
has
was
some of
good and
my
on time, y'all
some of
wasn't
that
shit.
25 is mine. How about that?
Hey man,
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
don't
what are
do
we
that.
doing? Top and then honorable. What we doing? One and then two honorable mentions. What we doing?
I think. Well, you're one if you got one, and then
And
two
then two
people
honorable
if
mentions.
two
If
honorable
it's
mentions.
yeah, if you got honorable like it might just
Say
be close
Yeah,
it
you
may
or
be
might
too
only
whatever.
have
hard
one
to pick
honorable
one.
mention.
Yeah,
I hate
You're gonna say Brady.
you. Nah, I'm.
Brady ain't even
on
played
defense, right?
defense. Yeah, he ain't even played defense. He gonna
Hey,
say
brother.
Brady.
Hey, he got a leg tackle in it one time on the return.
Come on, man. Come
Um,
on, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Aaron Donald. I gotta say Aaron Donald. I just Like he was too dominant for too long for me. I
Yeah,
don't take nothing from Miles Garrett, but Aaron was just like he dominated every season.
and stopped early. Honestly, stopped a little early.
Did, yeah.
Honorable
Stopped a little
mention,
early.
I'm gonna say Tom Brady. One time he threw a pick six. We threw a pick, and then
Oh, God,
like
listen,
no, the nigga
cut
was
this
running
nigga
by,
mic
and so
off,
he
man.
no, he
Cut
had
his
a jump.
mic. Cut his mic. Cut his
He
mic.
jumped
We
at his
don't have to
he jumped
listen
at his
to that.
ankles. No, I'm just
Cut
saying
his
he jumped at his
mic.
ankles because he was gonna be a pick
Made the
six.
Cut
tackle.
his mic.
Yeah, it was gonna be a pick
We
six.
got it.
Next list. Next list.
No,
Next
no. You
list.
know what? I was sitting here thinking. I'm gonna go different.
That is great. That is great.
I'm going Ed Reed, man. I'm going Ed
Yeah, I
Reed.
thought about Air Reed. I thought about
Yeah.
Air Reed. That's fair.
And the reason I'm gonna go Ed Reed is because he ain't the biggest. He ain't, but he was everywhere. Him and Troy
Hmm.
Polamalu. That's gonna be my honorable mention. Sound it out,
Shit,
man.
slow that
Um,
down. Okay,
that thing whooped my tail just
That
now.
shit was whooping his ass, ain't it? God damn.
Golly.
Motherfucking syllables was fucking him up.
Him and Troy. And watch me try to say this. Troy Polamalu. I think I did good. Those two
Yeah.
though. Real talk. Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu. If y'all remember when Troy Polamalu would just stand at the line of scrimmage and as soon as you snap the ball, jump
Just jump
over
across it.
everybody.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
Those
that
those
wasn't
guys
even
were
a
game
play.
changers. Those
That
guys were
wasn't even
game
a
changers.
play.
Yeah, those guys were game
Yeah.
changers. They were
Yeah,
game changers
this is
for
a
And
sure.
the
hard
versatility. I like
this is a
the
hard
versatility
category.
of a good safety, like that could go towards the line of scrimmage and can play the deep. I think those two in the 2000s probably was the best. Ryan Clark's up there, but I think them two dudes was a little different.
Yeah.
Ryan
Right.
Clark, Ryan Clark. I mean, football Ryan Clark, guys. Okay, never mind. Let's forget I said it. Oh,
Yeah, just forget you said that.
Ryan Clark, all right.
Yeah, this is
But
hard.
anyway,
That's no disrespect to Ryan
This
Clark, but
is a
he's not in this
tough
category.
a tough
all
conversation.
right.
This is a tough
Yeah, he's not in this
question.
category.
This is a good question.
That's why I cut it off at the 2000. It would be a little different. And I
Yeah,
think it
this is a
even
good
boils down
question.
to what part of defense you kind of gravitate to the most.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. That's very
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
very true.
I think that's it.
I want to say Ray, but Ray is the obvious.
Yeah,
Let me tell you who I enjoyed without saying Ray. I'm not gonna go with the easy one. I'm gonna
Pause.
tell you who pause. I'm gonna tell you who
Tom Brady.
I actually like that. I like that game at linebacker, and that was Luke Kuechly. Like
Keekly. Keekly
mm,
Kuechly.
was a good one.
Cleveland was
Yeah,
good.
like
Cleveland was
he
good.
was all over. Like he had some of that Ray in him everywhere.
He
He
was
was like
everywhere.
that guy. Yeah. I think
Can I
I
have a question? Can
think
I ask y'all a question? Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You finish. You finish. You finish.
Go ahead.
Because
Um,
it's gonna be small pivot. So you go. You go.
I don't even want to say. I want to stay away from. I want to stay away from the obvious with me with Khalil. I don't want to say Khalil, but I even say in lines of what they did in the edge rushes.
Yeah.
I say, man, I enjoy watching JJ Watt. Like
Yeah.
JJ was
JJ, it was hard
I
for me to leave
JJ
JJ Watt off
Watt.
my.
I
It
knew
was
you
JJ
were
hard
gonna
for
say
me
Watt
to leave.
JJ.
fire.
I knew you were gonna
yeah,
say JJ.
JJ
JJ
was
Watt
nice.
fire.
And then the Homer, my I would put him number one, but if I
Seymour.
Tebow.
had this Seawood,
Okay,
Woodson.
Oh, Rod was.
No,
Ah,
Charles.
yeah.
Charles
Oh, I'm
Woodson.
sorry.
Charles.
Charles. No, no,
Charles.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Charles. I meant to say Charles. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, listen.
but see that's my favorite
That's a good
defensive
one. That's
player
a
Well,
good
that's
one.
why
ever.
I chose Harrison Smith. I had to
That's
Yeah,
a
go
good
with a
like
one.
homer. You know what I mean? I had to go with a homer.
We know. We know. We know
yeah,
that.
he
You know what I
matter
mean?
of fact, even when he left, he was still like my favorite defensive player in Green Bay. So like
Yeah.
he was still that, and then when he came back, but that would
All right.
be mine,
Let
man. I don't
me.
think you could go wrong with that list.
Hold
I don't
on,
think you could
Harold.
go
real
wrong.
quick, Harold. Randy Moss ruined Charles Woodson for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Randy
All
Moss
right.
ruins Charles Woodson for me. Randy
Randy Moss
Moss,
ruined a lot of people.
what I saw him do to Rod Woodson on Monday Night
He
Football,
he cooked them.
I was like,
Hey
there's no
man,
way this guy went number one. There's no way
Hey
this
man,
guy went number one.
hey man.
That's Randy
made
though.
him in a
That's Randy.
business, didn't
That's
and,
Randy.
and,
Tom,
and Charles Woodson is a hell of a football player. You hear me? That motherfucker is a football player.
you know,
Randy Moss ruined me
So
for
I
ruined
got
he?
a
for
Was
me.
it?
question. I want everybody to answer this one, and I want you to think about it before you answer. I know my answer. Middle linebacker. You picking Ray Lewis or you picking Derrick Brooks? I know who I'm picking.
I'm going.
I'm going home on this one, but I'm gonna let y'all think about it before you. Derrick Brooks was different.
Yeah, he
Derrick Brooks is a
was.
Florida State guy, ain't he?
Florida State and Tampa Bay.
But yeah, I'm just concerned about the Florida State part. But
I just want to make sure I'm all the way.
no, that's a super tough question.
Good one.
I'm gonna take Ray because I felt like I seen too much shit from Ray. Like I saw a lot of shit from Derrick Brooks. Like Derrick Brooks played phenomenally in big moments. But that shit that Ray Lewis had going on with Eddie George, man, that shit, I gotta. Eddie George might be the biggest running back I've ever physically and menacing running back I've ever seen in the NFL. Like
He's
for real.
big. He's big.
The fact that when Ray Lewis hit that man, Ray Lewis said that man winced and goddamn made a sound, and he fumbled that ball. Chad
Man,
Johnson got a concussion from accidentally running into Ray.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I was gonna
From
say Ray for the same
accidentally
reason.
running into Ray.
When this nigga said he tried
That's just
to
poor. That's
catch
just
Ray
poor
off
head
guard.
position. That's just poor. That's
It don't
poor
matter.
head position. That's
It
not.
don't. That nigga said he tried to sneak Ray, and Ray just turned around. Boop.
But I don't think it's a knock on Derrick Brooks, bro. I just feel like, in my opinion, because maybe I
Ray hit.
just got to see Ray more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they were
I think
good
over
for a
the
long
course
time.
and over the course of the whole, I don't want to. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Sound like you about to be. Just so you know, tread
You
lightly.
just started that
I'm
I
just
way.
don't
saying.
want to. I don't want to call him a
Tread.
role. I don't want to. He's not a role player. I'll say this.
Who? Who?
I feel over the entire career that the two of them had,
Who?
I feel Brooks had a better supporting cast.
College champion and NFL. Boy. Okay.
Listen to what I'm
Okay.
saying.
What we
Yeah,
not?
I was
Listen to
about to
what
say that's not what he
you
said.
missed.
That's not
That's
what he
not what
Terrell
I
said.
said.
Suggs and
Yep.
Reed. Terrell. We didn't. Come on now. That was. Come on now. They
Y'all,
both. Well,
the
they. I think they
Bucks.
both. I think they both were the quarterbacks of the group. Two of the greatest defenses of all time.
You're talking about
Come on, dog.
Baltimore's run on defense was the Super Bowl years. Y'all had great defenses when y'all
I was
wasn't
about to say
shit
we
on
had more,
offense.
meaning he was more consistent in it. Lewis
No,
had a peak.
listen,
Oh my God, we're not gonna
y'all
do that.
always had great defenses
We're not gonna do that.
when y'all didn't have offense to get y'all to the playoffs.
Well, let me hold on, Tuan. Let me ask you something.
We're not gonna do that. Now. We're not gonna do. Now you could pick Ray Lewis, but you're not
Oh,
gonna disrespect
that's
Derrick
not a
Brooks.
disrespect. That's
He
not a disrespect.
said he called him a role player, Marcus.
He
That
didn't
was
call him a role
disrespectful.
player. He
I
said, "I don't
literally
want to
said
call
I'm
him a
not.
role
That's what I
I
heard.
don't
player."
want to call him a role player.
Well, but here's the
That's what I
thing:
heard. That's what I heard
you
from
should
him.
have said
That's what I
that.
heard.
You should have said that in your head. You should have said role player because now I know that's what you was thinking. Go ahead,
Okay,
I heard what
Marcus.
you
okay.
heard
Hold
from
on,
him.
Go ahead,
Tuan.
I heard
Marcus.
what you heard.
Let me ask you something. Was
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Brooks the best player on that defense?
Warren Sapp was on the defense. Simeon
I'm
Rice
just
was on the
asking you,
defense. We
was
had a
he
lot of
yes
Ray
or no?
Lewis was
Was he the
always the
best
best
player on
player,
the defense?
sometimes.
and sometimes Draymond Green scores the most points.
He is not Draymond Green. What you not see,
Night
and that's the
night
disrespect.
shift
And that's
night
the
shift
disrespect right
led
there.
1-Twan-0.
Here's what
Night
you're not
shift
I
gonna do,
led
Harold.
one
I
Twan
No,
like it.
zero.
I
Harold.
like
What
it.
you're not gonna do is call him Draymond Green. We
You're
not
right. That
doing
I
that.
was
like it. Hell.
disrespectful.
We're not doing that.
Right. You're
We're
right. I'm
not
sorry.
He
doing that.
says
I'm
some
sorry.
days Draymond went for 30. That's what he said.
You know what?
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
must have forgot.
disrespectful. That was
Y'all
just
must
that
have
that that
forgot.
Draymond comment was disrespectful as hell.
Golly, I don't like it. I don't
My
like it.
bad.
Okay,
My bad. My
okay,
bad.
fine. All right, hold on. Let's do another one. Let's do one more before we get out of here. One more before we get out of here. Building the defense, talent wise, so not career accomplishment, just talent wise. You taking Champ Bailey or Darrell Reeves?
Champ Bailey.
Damn, that was quick.
Oh
Everybody
Lordy
else
out
can
of here.
talk too. Now.
Oh
Are we still
Lordy out of
Nah,
thinking?
here. Oh Lordy out
I'm
of here.
thinking. I'm thinking.
It's a hard one,
Oh, the
right?
game on
And
already?
that's why
Yeah,
I
that's
prefaced.
a
That's why I said this is the last one. I prefaced it by saying talent, not career accomplishment. Okay, ability.
We just out. We just outside. We picking teams.
We just picking teams. What this person can physically do in their prime. Everybody's in their prime. And
Yeah.
what this person can physically do. Marcus, you
Yeah.
already said Darrell Reed is having one
I'm
of the
going
greatest
champ.
seasons of all time.
He did,
Yeah,
but he
but I'm
don't
gonna
he,
go
he don't
champ
have the
because
physical attributes of Chad Bailey though.
I feel like champ gonna return a couple kicks for me. I can
Yeah.
line them up on offense.
Chad Bailey was different.
Yeah,
Chad Bailey
yeah.
was different,
Hold on,
dog.
hold on. Time out, time out, time out, time out. And I'm not saying I hadn't not all that other stuff. I'm specifically talking about defense. And I'm not talking about none of that other stuff he can do on the field and return. No, 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 no. I'm talking about as a
I go
corner.
champ.
As a corner.
Yeah, I'm still going Champ. Because Champ picked the
Okay.
ball off, dog. He might score 7. That's on
He
defense.
might. No, that's on defense. You're right. You're
Darrell
right.
Reeves get a pick, he going down 5 yards afterwards.
Yeah,
I promise
yeah.
I got one more. I think I got a better one for you though. Safeties. Brian Dawkins or Troy Polamalu. I'm not putting Ed Reed in this because y'all know how I feel about Ed Reed. But Brian Dawkins or Troy Polamalu.
you. Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Troy Polamalu in that one. It's a
Troy
hard
was
one
different.
because
Yeah.
That's a
remember
tough one.
Brian
And that's a
Dawkins will
tough one.
knock your head off.
Yeah. But I don't know if
Look,
Brian Dawkins was a great cover guy. I think Troy was a great cover guy.
Troy was a
Yeah.
great. Oh
I mean, as a safety, you don't have to be top notch.
my God. No, no, he doesn't. That's why I said great. Okay, all right. He was a playmaker. I like him because he was versatile. He could.
Yeah. Very versatile. Ball
Hey
hawk.
Polo, I got one for you. Polo, I got one for you. Better receiver. Better receiver. Um, Peter Wark or Percy Harvin.
Peter Ward, Percy Harvin. I don't want to say it. Peter Ward. I'm gonna say it because I'm just saying.
He said both of them just. He
I'm
man,
gonna say
man,
Peter
Polo
Ward for
ain't
the
said
strength.
nothing yet.
I'm saying Peter Ward off
He's
the
still
strength.
thinking.
I'm sorry.
The better wide receiver.
Damn,
I'm
he
You
not
can't
saying.
say.
picking? Hold on. Let me go back. You
Paulo,
picking a
don't
team?
don't you don't
You
have to do that. You
Yeah,
don't
the
you
have to do
better
picking a
that.
wide
team?
receiver is Peter Ward.
The more
Okay.
dynamic wide receiver, Peter Ward.
The
You picking a
but the
team?
better football player is Percy
He didn't
Harvin.
ask. He didn't ask that. He didn't ask that.
Best football
What
player, better,
what he
better
asked.
football player with Percy Harvin.
Okay,
What he
okay.
asked was.
I got the response I wanted. It was a little pause right there. It was like, hold on.
Oh,
I
I had
see
to
what
think
you're doing
about
right
it
there. Oh
because
yeah.
you
Oh
know
yeah.
Percy's a Florida guy, so I ain't got no love for him
Yes.
before he got to the Vikings. The only
Yeah.
reason
Yes.
I got love for him is because he came to the Vikings. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a hard
Yep.
one.
That's it.
Cool.
But
Hmm.
I
All
think
right.
I think that's a great conversation. You know what I would love that they would do? I would love that they did the NBA that way.
Okay. Let's
Mm.
do one NBA one before we go.
LeBron James.
I don't even know if he was one of the choices.
Let's not use LeBron
LeBron
James over
James.
Michael
Salute.
Jordan. Let's not use LeBron or Jordan. Let's go something different.
Guess
Nope.
what, guys? Guess what?
LeBron
They
came
wouldn't
to the
even.
league in 2003, I believe.
This is
That would be
not.
the
It's a totally
2000s.
different.
And
Totally
I
different
don't
question.
care what your dynamic, what your
Oh
question
man.
is. If it's after 2000, it's LeBron James.
That's
All right.
hilarious.
Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. And exclude him from the conversation. Right. Just that
Okay,
fast.
you got one?
I got one or the other. All right. So you're gonna go T Mac Prime. So let's just go T Mac
I know where this is
in
going.
Orlando.
And
I'm
who?
not gonna say
Okay. Okay.
Dwayne Wade. Flash.
Dwayne
Prime?
Wade.
Yes, absolutely Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne
Absolutely
Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
Don't. I'm not
Dwayne Wade.
saying you're right or wrong. I think you
No,
answered too quick though.
No,
I
I
I
think you
didn't.
didn't.
answered too
No, I
I
quick.
didn't.
didn't.
No, I
Prime
didn't.
D Prime D Wade.
Prime D Wade.
Prime D
Prime D
Wade
Wade.
had um, t- Prime D Wade won that championship almost single handedly.
He
That
did.
solo,
He
Prime D
did.
Wade took over. Hey, I'm telling you.
So we're just gonna
No,
ignore
no, no.
Tracy
I
McGrady. Like
got you.
y'all, because my issue is y'all not even mentioning him. Like I said, Stevie Francis or something.
I got you.
Okay.
Come on now.
I don't think. Okay. Let me
He better than
address
Steve Francis. You're
that.
right.
Let me address that real quick. I'm gonna
That's
address that
so
real
that
quick.
no. Time out. That was disrespectful. That was
He
disrespectful.
better than Steve
He's
Francis.
better. You know what? Go ahead, Marcus. I
Stevie
can
had
wait.
better handles, but go ahead.
I want to address that real quick. I don't disrespect Tracy McGrady. I know what his physical attributes are, and I think he was an amazing talent. I do. And I'm not even talking about personal accomplishments, MVPs, or stuff like that. When you're the number one guy, bro, and you can't get out the first round,
It's tough.
that's
It's tough.
tough.
It's tough.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. And I get it. Like he does. I'm not one of them guys be like, oh, he didn't win a championship. Like you couldn't get out the first round, my guy.
Well,
Like that's
that's why the
crazy,
T
bro.
Mac Kobe stuff didn't last long. But
I
I'm
don't like
asking
that.
a question more so on not career accomplishments,
I actually agree with T Mac on that though.
physical ability, on what?
Oh, physical.
I
Okay.
don't think they would. I don't think he would have won three, but they definitely would have won one or two
If he had Shaq,
If
with him and
yeah,
Shaq.
well,
I agree. I agree.
oh, okay, yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
So
I don't. Yeah, that don't bother me. Yeah,
physical ability. There aren't too many players in the history of
but he also
basketball
had
who had
Yao
D
Ming.
Wade's
He also
physical
had Yao
ability
Ming. And I'm
playing
not
in the
saying
background.
Yao Ming was Shaq. I'm not saying Yao
Yeah,
Ming was Shaq,
Yao
but
Ming's a Hall of Famer, but he wasn't prime Shaq.
he wasn't. He
He-
wasn't.
he-
But here's why I don't give that. And I'm sorry, Drew, we did cut you off, but I got to say
Go
this
on.
part.
You good? Go ahead.
Here's why I don't give that quote no validity. You say that like you had a bum, bro. They put a squad around you, dog, in Houston.
They did.
Orlando, I give you credit. That was supposed to be Grant Hill, so they never really were cut. Cool, whatever. But they put a squad around you in Houston. No, you didn't have Shaq, but Shaq ain't win a championship every year.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Come on, dog. And then you didn't even get out of the first round with Yao Ming, dog.
and that's and that's
I guarantee you, Kobe Bryant would have got out of the first round with Yao Ming.
and that's why
Guarantee fucking did.
that's why I picked Dwayne Wade so fast is because his game was way more polished. Like
You
T
know
Mac
what?
came out.
You're right.
T Mac had the same issue that Kobe, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. These guys come out of high school and they have to learn how to be a pro. They have to learn how to do certain things and they have to learn how to find their spaces and spots on the court. Like, Kobe Bryant, his
He learned
talent
it.
was
He learned it.
ridiculous, but
He
he had
learned
to
it.
learn that shit.
He learned that. Yeah.
D Wade at Marquette, no, he mastered that mid range
He
game.
learned it. He learned it at Marquette. Agreed.
Jordan in North Carolina, he learned that shit. You know what I mean? Like he had a base to be able to expand. Like they was kind of holding him back at North Carolina. To be real with you, Dean Smith.
Ain't no kind about it.
Yeah, the only person to ever hold Jordan under 20 points a game is Dean Smith. That's is always going to be the case. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. But that's my issue with T Mac is that it took a while, and then he played with Vince for like the first 4 years, and I think that kind of not stunted his growth, but you didn't really see T Mac as a number one. When Dwayne Wade got drafted, bro, he was number one the entire time.
Well,
Even when
when
Can I say
Kobe,
Shaq
something real
got
quick?
there, yeah, go ahead.
I've been on D Wade since he entered the league. His 2003, when everybody was talking about Melo, LeBron, people weren't talking about D Wade at all. People were because he wasn't a big name. If you look at what D Wade did in 2003, that boy
D
came
Wade
in
was
balling.
just
That's what I'm
phenomenal.
saying.
He
So
came hoop.
Phenomenal. As a freshman, I mean, as a rookie, yeah,
that's what I'm
absolutely.
saying. But
I mean,
nobody's talking about it at all.
that comparison wasn't there to discredit D Wade.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. No, I got
I'm gonna pick Tracy McGrady only because again,
To be
these questions
different.
aren't career accomplishments. There's two reasons. There's two reasons, and that's literally speaking. I
Hmm.
think as far as I don't know. It's splitting hairs. For me, it's splitting hairs.
you.
I
Yeah,
can't
two
really
great
give you.
players, man.
Yeah,
That's
So
two
it's splitting
great
quick
hairs.
question
players,
for you
bro.
though. Since you say splitting
Yeah,
hairs, who's better
I think I
defensively?
could do. Not Tracy.
D
D
Wade,
Wade.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You have a two guard who led the league in blocks and could get to the basket whenever he wanted to. Mid range was stupid.
Crazy.
I don't see the. I mean, I don't see where splitting hairs. T Wade
here's
was. I
the
mean,
difference.
good.
Here's I remember Tracy McGrady, and this ain't saying D Wade. So I know y'all gonna say D Wade has, can, and will, and did it too. I watched Tracy. I don't know. I think Tracy, as crazy as he is by continuously comparing himself to Kobe, I think it's the most ridiculousness of ridiculousness. But I think he gets left off a lot of conversations. He gets forgotten about a lot. And we got Tracy McGrady in Orlando was different.
He was,
Tracy
bro.
McGrady in Orlando was on Kobe heels. And you don't hear me say that. It just the careers didn't pan out. But Tracy McGrady, when they went and got him from Toronto, Tracy McGrady he was supposed to be Penny Hardaway.
Follow the
I
And
just
I
comparison.
think
think it
he
just
never
never
hit that
happened.
He didn't do enough.
that other level.
If
Yeah,
you
Like
look
yeah.
at
you just said it with Kobe. Like if you gave Kobe Yao Ming, I don't think anybody on the panel would doubt Kobe would definitely get out of the first round because we
Yeah,
know
absolutely.
Kobe could take it to a different level. And I'm not saying that Tracy McGrady. I always say this, and people be like, "Oh, you hating on Tracy McGrady's claim to fame, bro, is that he scored 14 points in 12 seconds." I
No,
yeah,
it's
mean,
not. No,
yes, it
it's
well,
not.
is. Yes,
okay,
it
so
No.
is. Yes, it
Not
I think
look,
it's
is.
not for okay, okay. I get it,
Yes,
but
it
not for
is.
people who watch
Yes, it
Tracy
is.
McGrady. Like,
but I think to both
okay,
of your points,
all
it's to me,
right,
no,
all right,
T
all right. Come on, guys. No, I'm not.
T
I'm not
Mac was
gonna
a
do it
beast,
like
right?
that.
No,
I'm not.
T Mac was
He was
nasty,
a
right?
beast,
Hey,
bro. He
But
was a
but
beast, bro.
but
But
he didn't win. Like okay,
He didn't
and
win.
please
He
follow,
did not win.
but
He
please
did
follow
not win.
comparison. Steve Nash to me, top
I
five,
Oh,
just
top
knew
six.
him as
Oh
here we
no,
Vince
got
Carter
no,
cousin.
just listen. Top 5 to 7
it.
point guard all time.
Steve
He does not
Nash.
get Steve Nash, point guard.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm not necessarily gonna co-sign. Go ahead.
We can go through the list and
Wait
stats.
a
cosign.
minute.
But
Aren't
Yeah,
you the same guy that
you may
likes
be true. You may be right, but I
huh?
don't want to just say Steven
I
off the
got you.
bat. Yeah.
But that's my point. He doesn't get the credit for that because the Suns didn't win. If you look at his shooting percentage, leading the league in assists, damn near almost every year he played,
Did you just want
he
to bring
didn't.
up Steve Nash, Drew?
Yeah, because then
No,
we have this
I'm making a.
conversation.
I'm making. Shut up,
Isn't
Harold. Shut up.
isn't he a
Shut up,
Kevin
Harold.
Johnson fan or
I'm.
something?
He is a Kevin
I'm
Johnson
not.
fan. Yes.
And Kevin
I'm
Johnson was a
making a.
cold motherfucker, man. Don't do that.
He is
But
a
that ain't the
Kevin
point.
Johnson fan.
But that ain't the point. No, but the point
Kevin
is,
Johnson was a cold. Hey,
Steve.
y'all better start putting some respect on Kevin Johnson, man.
Steve does not
That's
get
fucked
mentioned
Can
in
up.
the
I tell you what's
conversations
wrong
at
with
top
Drew?
point.
Drew
Huh?
likes weird teams. He
Shut
likes
up.
weird teams. He's
Look it
a
up.
New
No,
England
no, no, no.
Patriots
Look it up.
fan, and I've
Steve.
known Drew since I was 15, and I don't know when this happened. He's a New England Patriots fan, and he's
Sans it is.
somehow a Phoenix
But you.
Suns fan.
But you. But over the last
Don't
20
know
plus
how
years.
you.
But over the last 20 plus
I
years, have I
mean, yeah.
changed? Have I changed? Last 20 plus
No,
years.
you have not. You just
So
picked them.
again,
I think you just picked them, and then he
Steve
stuck with them.
Nash does not get mentioned in top point guards the same way T Mac doesn't get mentioned, honestly, in top two guard because he didn't win. And that's
Can
reality.
we
Hey,
pause and can we count to seven? Because I want to see if you how close we get
Oh,
to the
brother,
seven.
I will statistically, hold on. I
All
put up
hey,
right,
for you.
bro. I
Drew.
want to see. I know you
Hey, Drew.
stat man.
Why you looking that up? Why you looking that up? Who is the better player, um, Draymond Green or Cedric Ceballos? See,
Hey, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Right, he's right. All right,
He's
so we
not
got Magic.
right. Cedric
So,
Shabazz is not better than Draymond Green.
He's not. He's not. He's
hey,
not.
brother, he
I
had some
mean, he had some good years, but anyway.
I, I, yeah, I know how I feel
So you
about
got
him.
Magic. He's not better. Okay, this is how we're gonna do this, Drew. I'm going to name a top point guard of all time, and you're gonna just tell me is Steve Nash better than this person or not. And this gonna be a quick. We at 54 minutes, Harold. We're gonna end at an hour. Okay.
Damn, I should say 46, but okay.
Oh, I've been. I
Before
think
you
I came up
hold
first.
on, before you give me the list, right? He's actually
Uh
I'm
huh.
looking ESPN.com has him listed at 7 all
I
time. But go
don't
ahead.
care. Don't
No, go
care.
ahead. I
Don't
got you. Go
care.
ahead.
This is the hot seat, and we don't give a damn what
Hey, brother,
ESPN.com is doing.
go ahead, go for it.
All right. Now, Marcus, Harold, y'all got y'all red flags. Y'all can throw them at any given point. Y'all challenges at any point in time. All
Okay.
right. Magic. Can we
Okay.
go to the next one?
He's listed
Okay.
as one. Keep going though.
No, I'm
No,
saying
is he better?
is
You saying
is he is
No,
Steve
no,
Nash
no,
is he
better than
better
no.
than
Magic
He's
ESPN?
Johnson?
no. That's Magic. Magic's obviously better.
I'm just
It's
okay.
Magic. Come on,
Hey, I just want to
that's
see where
Magic.
we are.
Keep going.
John Stockton.
Stockton's better. Stockton's actually listed as 3. Keep going.
You're going by the list. Okay,
No,
all right.
no,
I want your
no.
personal opinion.
I'm
Put the
also
list down.
agreeing. Stockton. Stockton has the highest assists in NBA history. Obviously, he is first. Go
Okay,
ahead.
cool. All right. Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah's better. Okay, that's what's that? 3 or 4?
That's 3.
Three. Your computer glitch was a delay. I didn't know what was
That's
happening.
3. Go ahead.
All right. Chris Paul. And I'm not going in any particular order.
hmm I think Chris Paul's better.
Could
That's
somebody
4.
keep my count for me? Where
4.
are we at?
I
That's
got you.
4.
Chris Paul's 4.
All right. Oscar Robinson. We didn't watch him. We kind of know. If you want me to exclude him from the conversation, but he's on the rankings, so that's
He's
why
on the
I'm putting
rankings.
it.
I don't like those because again, I didn't get to watch him play. But just
Let's take him
based on
out. We'll take him
stats,
out.
let's
Okay,
well, no, let's say
so we
5.
Take him
have
out.
4.
We'll take
We'll
him
take
out.
him out.
We'll take him out.
We'll
Take
take
him
him
Okay,
out.
out. Let's take
Take
him
him
out.
out.
I'm keeping it.
We
I'm
have
keep
keeping
going.
it
4.
clear.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna say
BJ
Gates.
Armstrong.
shut up.
He's a champion. He is a
Shut.
champion.
He wasn't on your list. Shut up. He wasn't on
He's
your
a
Flag on
list.
the
champion.
play.
He
All
wasn't
right.
on your.
Flag on the
Thank you.
play.
Thank
Taunting.
you, Marcus.
Taunting.
Thank you, Marcus. Jesus.
All
We're at
right.
4. We're at
Taunting.
4.
I got one. Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd's better. 5.
All right. Okay. Mind you, Jason Kidd's list. Okay. All right. I'm going to go there for you. I'm
I
not
got
going
you.
to say what.
Hold up.
I'm not going to say
Flag
what Frazier.
flag
I'm
on
not
the
going to say
play.
what.
Flag on the play.
What's this one?
Y'all ain't gonna like this. I
You're
think
not
Steve
supposed
Nash.
to.
I think Steve Nash is
That's
Better
not
better,
than
what
Steph.
your
bro.
flag is for. That's not what your flag is
It's better,
for.
right? You're saying he's better than
Challenge.
Shakir, right?
Your
Challenge
flag not.
flag.
Your
You think he's
flag
better,
not
right?
for that. Your
I'm
flag is for
challenging
him.
you.
I'm
I'm
gonna tell you something.
challenging you.
Your flag is
No,
for
no, I
Drew.
got you. No, I got you. I got you. No, I got you,
Hey, this
Marcus.
call
He's
Let
came.
me tell
not.
you something.
This
Steve
call
He's
came
Nash had
from
a
New
not.
high
York.
He's
Steve Nash had a
not.
higher field goal percentage than Jason Kidd. Shot better from free throw. Shot better from 3. Keep going though. From Jason Kidd, he beat him in all those stats.
Okay,
Keep going though.
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you
Go
a
ahead.
question, Drew,
All
to
means, by all
settle
means.
this challenge? Are they close?
hmm Yes, they are.
Are they close?
They're
They're
comparable.
close.
Yeah,
Jason Kidd has a Jason Kidd has a championship. Does
that's the
that
only
put him over
difference.
the edge?
That's the
Does
difference. Keep
that put
going.
him over the edge? That's all I'm asking.
As a role player.
Keep going, brother. It's
It
okay.
Don't
doesn't.
say that. Don't say
Keep
the R
going.
word around Twan.
It's okay. Hey, no, but for sake of argument, let's say okay. Let's say 5 sake of argument. Keep going though.
Okay, that's 5.
Now, here's what I'm gonna ask y'all.
See, you got
Before
No,
we
stuck
no,
get
no.
already.
You
on,
Keep
gotta
going.
keep going.
You got stuck
Don't
already. Keep
answer
no,
going.
no,
something
no,
else.
no, because no. They have people listed like Allen Iverson and Steph Curry as point guard.
No, hell no.
People like that. Okay,
You can put him
I'm
on
with
there.
it. That's what I'm asking.
He better than both of them. No, keep going. He better than both of them. Point guards.
Whoa.
What?
At what?
Whoa.
We're
No,
gonna
no,
stop
Whoa.
here,
no, no.
and this is the rest of the show.
Let me
No, this is the
elaborate.
rest
No,
of the
no.
show. Go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
I
no.
ahead,
get
Buddy.
I
Well,
get
Listen
2
to what I'm saying.
challenges or one.
No,
you can
I
do
get
as
2
many
challenges or
unlimited,
no.
one.
unlimited challenges.
No.
Unlimited.
Let me get this out because
No.
no.
What?
Hold on. Because to
Can
me, and
I
I
ask
hate
you
this
one
argument.
question, and then
Not
you
yet.
can give
Not
your
yet.
stuff?
Not
I know.
yet. Not
Hey,
yet. Not
Drew.
yet. Not
Hey,
yet.
If
Drew.
you were picking a team and they said pick the point guard,
Not yet. You no
Steph
no.
Curry,
Hold.
Nash, and Allen Iverson was right there. You
Here.
telling me you picking Steve Nash first?
Hey,
I don't care what the stats are.
Can I please? No, no. Let me get this off.
You about to say that they do
No.
good. Go ahead. There you go, Harold. Go
No.
ahead.
No.
I'm going to get it
No.
off. Get it off.
say it. Say it.
I hate the argument of making
Mind you,
small
I
play.
told him we could take these
You ain't
people
gonna let
off.
me get it off.
I'm saying he won't
I
even let you finish the point, ain't it?
no. I hate the argument of making small players point guards. Steph Curry is naturally a 2 guard. AI was naturally a 2 guard. How many assists did either one of them average per game? How many plays did they set up on their team? At the point guard position, Steve Nash is a better player than both of them. Point guard.
Can I
A
ask?
player.
Okay, so
It's a fair point.
I'm
It's a
gonna
fair
say
point.
that's and that's why
Don't change the question. Don't.
I literally said, Drew, do you want to take them off?
No. Adam. No. Adam
I
as point
agree with
guard.
you.
Adam as point guards. He's still as a point guard. He's better.
That's gonna make your list look stupid. So let's just take them off. Let's just
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
them off.
let's take those guys
ESPN
off.
Let's take because
no
that's
no Yahoo.com has them listed above both of them and
Yahoo.
ESPN. So
Did you
again,
say Yahoo?
brother,
This nigga said Yahoo.
I wanted multiple statistics. I went to Yahoo.
Yahoo.
I went to ESPN. Hear my point, Negroes. Again,
Hell,
whatever
throw the
list you pull
flag.
up.
Throw the
No.
flag.
Throw it. Whatever list you pull up, I promise you, they will not be higher than him on the list. So again, as individual players, better. As a point guard, absolutely not.
Steph
I think
Curry is
he's top
listed as
10. I
no,
think
no.
he's
Do me
top
a
Who else
10.
on your
favor.
list?
I'm gonna throw a flag on your exact statement. Go ahead. Can I throw
Who
your
else on your
flag,
list?
Harold? You said on no
Who?
list that I find them as better players. Literally on the first list I pulled up from ESPN.com, Steph Curry is listed as four.
So do you? But I'm asking you
So
a question.
that's
Do you agree? Okay.
no.
No, no,
You
no.
just
Out
said.
of the five, I
You
got you.
just
No, no. Okay.
said.
Granted. Out of no, but listen. Out of the five you gave me, is he top four on the list you gave me? In your opinion? Again, he's not a
You're not
point
gonna get
guard.
me on camera saying that Steph Curry is not better than. But what I am gonna tell you is this:
You
I
gave me.
told you you
You
could
gave me
take him out.
Magic.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
got you.
Do you want
You
to
gave
take
me
him out
Magic,
or not?
Chris Paul. You gave me John Stockton, and you saying he's fourth on the list you
Marcus,
gave me.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
On every controversial person, whether they be old school or their positions a little fuzzy, what do I tell them? Do you want to take these people out? You decided to say,
I don't. I
I
don't want him
think
out.
he's better than these people. So
So do
now
you? I don't
here's
want him
why I'm
out.
gonna say no. Literally speaking, for the validity of this, just because
Go
if
for it.
anybody's gonna look at that list and
Go for it.
Steph Curry's below Steve Nash, they're gonna look at it and say this is trash. So let's just take Steve Nash. I mean, let's take those two out.
First of all, I think Drew makes a great point about
Valid
Steve
point.
Nash.
Yeah,
Steve Nash, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure if I was to give you top 10 point guards, he'd make top 10. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
he'd make
I agree.
top 10.
I
I'm
think he
pretty
makes
sure
top
he'd make top 10. And that's saying a
This list
lot.
you're talking about
You
has
know,
him
it's not a
above
big difference
Isaiah
between,
Thompson.
yeah, it's not a huge, it's not a huge list between, I mean, a huge difference between 7 and 9. You know what I mean? Like, if he's number 9 in top 10, he's still top 10. You know what I mean? Like, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is listed as a point guard.
right.
You know what I mean? Let's
Flawed.
just be honest about that.
But you got people like Luca. Luca's listed. Luca's an actual point guard.
Yeah, he's actually and Luka's gonna crack that top. Luka's gonna crack that
He's
top 10.
gonna crack it.
Yeah, he's gonna
Now,
crack that top 10.
before you got side, because I do want to take those two out because we really having a legit conversation.
Okay, take him out.
The next person I was because you just saying stuff now. But the next person I'm gonna say is I want to have a conversation about Rajon Rondo and Steve Nash. I know what you're probably gonna say, but the next person I'm thinking about, Rajon Rondo.
I'm about to get off.
No. Nah. Let's see. No, see, and that's no. If no, I want you to remember. I'm talking about. Here's what you have to do. Says the nigga
Drew
that
said I'm
just
about to
said,
get off.
I'm about to get off.
nah. Peak game though. I
No,
think
there's no
Nash.
game.
Nash.
There's no game.
So
Don't
we
even try to do it. Don't try to
no
do it.
Marcus. No, I'm
Don't try
gonna
to do
try.
that, dog. Don't try to
No.
do that, dog.
Can I ask you a question though?
Sure.
This man just spent 5 minutes talking about specific point guard qualities. Did he not just do that? Did he
Yeah,
not just break it down to the
he did.
science of the position?
Okay.
Okay.
Where does Rajon rank on the top assist list?
He's not on there.
I don't know. I'm not. He's probably not on there because I think as far as his length of time as a starter is just not going
Does
to
he
be.
shoot it?
And
Does he shoot
again,
it better than Steve Nash?
you can say the answer Steve Nash. The only thing I'm pushing back on is simply saying he don't deserve to be just because we just looking at point guard qualities. Throw him away. Say Steve Nash. I don't care. I'm just saying. I
I
got
would
other
call
people on
out
the list
Mark
I could
Jackson
get
before
to.
I said Rajon Rondo.
There's a bunch of people I'm gonna call out, but I just wanted to see where your head was at as far as I
And I
think he don't
respect
really.
Rajon. I
You know,
respect
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
Rajon.
slide.
sound like it. It don't sound like y'all respect it. But we'll
No,
move
I
forward.
respect him. I know it sounds like y'all don't respect Steve Nash. Like real
No,
shit.
I do. I literally brought this up to simply say he said 7. I said let's see if we can get to 7. Now we're at what 4?
5.
5.
But
Then
I called a
5.
flag on Jason
You
Kidd.
going in? Yeah, you going into number 6 now.
Yeah, you're going into number
Going to
6.
number 6. All right, we might be getting to it. I
You can
might
throw that
not be
on
able
there.
to find anybody.
It's
You
hard
can,
to find. It's hard to find a lot of guys better than Steve Nash in that point guard position, bro.
Now I'm not bringing up. I was gonna bring up Penny, but I hadn't.
Career wasn't long enough.
Yeah, and that's why I was like he just didn't do enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just didn't do enough.
Like I
I
think
mean,
Grant Hill would rival LeBron in that small forward conversation, but
his
career wasn't
career
long
just
enough.
didn't do.
You know what I mean? Career wasn't long enough.
All right,
I'm telling you, Steve Nash, bro. Steve Nash was
Steve
cold.
Nash up there.
That's a cold motherfucker, though. I mean, two
Can
MVPs,
I
bro.
ask you a question?
He's better than Gary Payton.
I do. I would put Steve Nash
Yes.
ahead of
Yes.
Gary Payton.
I would say yes.
Yes.
I would
Yeah,
say
Yes.
yes. I say he's
yeah.
better than Gary Payton.
And
I
and
think
Gary
when you
Payton
get
is a.
into,
I think Gary Payton
I don't
has
know.
more fame. You know what I mean? Like I think more
Well, he's much
motherfuckers
better
know.
defensively.
Yeah, I mean, but also too, like he was one of those guys that just attracts attention. He was a lightning rod. You know what I'm saying? Like he played with the
Yeah.
Rain Man. He played with Sean Kemp. Like I put it this way: give Steve Nash Karl Malone and see if he don't be number one in the six. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay. Can I ask you a question? And I know what your initial reaction is going to be. And I'm not talking about career accomplishments.
Okay.
And I like Steve Nash. I actually think Steve Nash. I don't think he's better than Jason Kidd, but I think he's somewhere in that 8-9 range. So I'm not
Yeah, it's
tripping on saying.
close.
But
It's
anyway,
close.
it's
It's
close.
close.
It's close. But you made a point. You said Karl Malone is Amari that prime Amari Stoudemire offensively. That pick and roll was lethal. And I'm not saying Amari Stoudemire is Karl Malone. I am not
Yeah, yeah,
saying
yeah. I
that.
get you. I
That's
get you.
not what I'm saying. But
Yeah, I get you.
in the NBA that they were in,
Hmm.
offensively at least, he wasn't as like Karl Malone was big. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case. He wasn't as mobile and physical. He was just physical. But is that big of a drop off if you look at the different rules of the game? If you look at the modern day, Amari Stoudemire was very versatile at that four, and
Hmm.
he could hit the 17 footer, which Karl Malone necessarily what he was good. He was good. He was good. Okay, let me not say that. He was. Let me just let it go. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'm foolish.
What was your question?
Because I wasn't gonna say he couldn't shoot, but okay, fine, 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 fine. I give you
It
that.
took a.
But anyway, my point being is this:
Okay. I'm waiting.
I'm still
Go
waiting
ahead and
on it.
land the
you
plane.
you understand the question? I asked the question: is saying he had Karl Malone, but saying that Steve Nash in 2008, 7, 8, whatever it was, had Amari Stoudemire in the NBA that they ran. Amari Stoudemire was a beast.
Now
It's not
listen,
like, yeah, let's not say
completely.
he didn't have.
Let me answer the question. Completely agree. Completely agree. Amari Stoudemire was a absolute monster. Here's the big drop off that I think, and you just said it. You kind of just set yourself up. The fact that you think that Karl Malone was some average shooter of the 17-foot jump shot is crazy. First of all, John Stockton has half of his assists off of pick and roll in the era when they played, when they actually banged you in the paint and you couldn't go down there, where he could pop. That's what made Karl Malone different in that era, is because he was so physically demanding, but he could shoot that 16-foot jump shot like a two guard. And that's why he was the second leading scorer for a long, long, long time. Imagine Steve Nash with the way that he handled the ball, running a pick and roll with a guy who could actually shoot consistently a high clip at 17 foot. Amari Stoudemire was an amazing basketball player, but we all know Amari Stoudemire was amazing
Outside of the
because he could
paint. Yeah.
rebound, defend, and he could be a menace inside of the paint. Nobody feared him shooting a 17-foot jump shot. You know what I mean? I would almost say that probably the stat sheet would be like we would prefer him to shoot instead of
No, no, no.
allowing him to use his versatility and
I
dribble.
corrected myself because I was switching it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had to
yeah.
switch in my mind.
Yeah,
I
I got
corrected
you. I
myself.
got you.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I think that's the drop off though. To answer your question, I think that's the huge drop off. You know what I mean? Like if I had to compare it to a guy who could shoot now, um, and right around that time, Paul Gasol.
yeah. Yeah.
Paul Gasol.
You know
Paul
what's
Gasol is
ironic
a good
though?
example of it.
Well, just from the shooting aspect. Yeah, just
Yeah,
from the
just from the
shooting.
shooting aspect, Paul Gasol. Like I thought that's why him and Kobe worked so well is because Kobe was he put so much pressure on the defense when he drove. You got a big guy who's pulling this other big guy out of the paint, and he's actually a threat out there. Like he can hit that 16-foot jump shot at a high clip. You give Steve Nash with his ability to be able to drive the ball, a guy like that, bro. Like Steve Nash would be number one in assists. Like I'm
Even with
gonna give
Steve
it to
Nash.
John Stockton. And I'm gonna say
Mhm.
John Stockton is better because John Stockton has earned that. You know what I mean? Like he was a legend. But I'm sorry, bro. Like one on one, Steve Nash would eat that nigga for lunch.
Hey,
Like
Harold,
one on one, he would eat John Stockton ass for lunch, for
not to cut
real.
you, Mark. Harold, I'm gonna send you some Steve Nash highlights. I want you to add that bitch into this right there. Just put it right there.
No,
Put it right there.
we're
No,
not
no.
adding highlights,
Put
and
it
we
right
ain't
there.
gonna add
Put it right
highlights
there.
of every person we name. We're gonna
Okay.
have to add every person
I
we
said it first.
named.
I said it first. Shut
But
up.
Tuan made a
Put it
good
right there.
point. Amari was a great asset to Steve Nash, and he definitely utilized him. I thought to the full maximum of his ability. I do think he was a super great. Like another thing, if Steve Nash stays in Dallas and he plays with Dirk his entire career,
Well, no, that's different. That's a different. But let me ask you a question. You still have remember Boris Diaw.
Steve Nash
They
averaged
had a
11
team set
assists.
up for Steve
yeah,
Nash.
yeah,
He
I'm
averaged
not making
11
the point that he
assists
didn't have
with
great
Phoenix.
players.
Yeah.
He averaged 11 assists with
The
Phoenix.
Well,
guy that I
I think,
call, yeah, the guy that I call is top five in scoring in NBA history. Is what I'm saying. Karl Malone is. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Boris Diaw's a great role player, bro. Like Sean Marion was a great role. Karl
and
Malone,
I brought him up as far as before that could pop. That was
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
He wasn't a great. Yeah, he wasn't a great player. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I
Individually,
think the best pop guy that Steve Nash played with was Dirk, and that's what got him paid in Phoenix. Is playing with Dirk. Like real talk,
because
like for real, for real.
That's why he
That's what got
left.
him paid. That's why he left because it's like Mark Cuban
and
couldn't
he
afford
and
to
I
pay
was the
both of them.
and it was the worst thing that they could have did. That
Yeah,
he could have
they
did.
would have won a championship. They would have won.
He
They would have
should
won
have
a
took
couple
left.
championships.
Steve Nash. I think he made a mistake going to Phoenix.
Now Steve Nash couldn't guard me. Now defending
No, he can't
defensively,
Now you
guard. No,
guard.
no,
he
he can't do
cannot
that.
guard. He cannot guard. But
Let me
he
ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question because that's what bothers me about NBA all time. We only talk about like Steve Nash. Let's just be honest. If we actually were talking about defense, Steve Nash would not be a top 10 player. If you're talking about defense and offense combined.
No, not defense.
Because
No.
ultimately, no, I listen. What I'm saying is that, and I'm not trying to change the top 10. All I'm saying is this top 10 is offensive. It's all offensive. And basketball, different from any other sport, is both sides of the ball. So we praise people for having, like getting paid for having great defense. We praise people for, whatever, just being great defenders. But then we excuse defense when we want to add other people into the mix. And I'm not
Steph
saying
Curry.
Steve Nash
Steph
ain't a
Curry.
top 10 point guard.
Steph Curry.
Let me finish. Let
let
me
him finish.
finish. I got you. I address Steph Curry. I'm not saying Steve Nash ain't a top 10 because if we add defense, I don't know what the formulas look like, but I'm just saying we do just ignore that. And when it comes to Steph Curry, I do think there's a point where you do so much offensively where shit, fuck it.
I thought
Like
that was
there's,
Steve Nash.
but you can't. But what Steph Curry did was geons. Yeah, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I think if you're great offensively and you're just great offensively, you can't be trash defensively. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a balance in here.
Well,
Steph Curry is meteoric offensively. And
I
so I think his scale balance is different. That's the only. He's a special case. He's an exception to the rule, in my opinion.
disagree. I think the difference is with basketball. Like if we compare basketball and football, right? Like a defender's job in football is just to go play defense. So you have to be elite at that level to be considered one of the elite guys. Whereas with basketball, like it's five guys playing one side of the ball. Like they both have to play defense and offense. They on the court at all. They don't get a sub for defense. They don't get a sub for offense. Like so I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, Steve Nash wasn't the greatest defender, but
And
like
that's
even
just
we
not a
just
Steve
talk,
Nash thing. That's a lot of
yeah,
people.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. We just talking about just in general. But
yeah,
you have to look at it like a certain way. Like, okay, I'll give you a great example. And I'll use Michael Jordan. Like Michael Jordan, we know was a great defender. Kobe Bryant, we know was a great defender. I will argue that there were better defenders on those teams. Both of them.
yeah.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean? They
I
weren't the
would
best
agree.
guys, but because they did so much offensively, what happens is people look at it and they be like, "Oh man, and he plays both sides of the ball." Well, he's great on that side of the ball because this guy's doing his job, and this guy's doing his job. You know what I mean? Like you're not looking at that like okay, like Kobe. I think
I
Kobe was
hear
the better
you
defender. I think Kobe was a better defender than Mike because I think Kobe had to guard better guys. Like
because he didn't have
Jordan
a
was an
Scottie Pippen.
amazing.
He never Scottie
amazing.
Pippen.
Yeah, but but Jordan had to guard the average two guard. And me and my homeboy was looking this up the other day. The average two guard when Jordan played was 6'4", 185, 190, something like that, like a
White,
Joe Dumars size guy, right? That was the
white.
average two guard.
Jeff
Right.
Hornacek.
Right. Jordan was 6'6", 225. Like, you know what I mean? It's the LeBron conversation, bro. Like, it really is. Like, it just
But here's
wasn't
my
as menacing. You know what I mean?
but
So
here's my oh
defending,
but I was just saying something.
yeah, but defending in basketball is not individually. Like, you can't, like, we always love to call Gary Payton this lockdown defender. I can go find a YouTube clip of somebody cooking him. I can find
Okay,
it.
but
And it
let me
don't
ask
have
you
to
this.
be a
Okay,
Hall of Famer either. You know what I
I
mean?
give you
Like, he
that.
don't have to be
I
a
give you
Hall of
that.
Famer.
I give you that. I give you that. And we lost Michael Jordan. He he had Scottie Pippen. You're right. Or
He was a great defender, though. I'm not saying that. Now, he was
and
a great
that's my
defender.
point. I think there's still a difference. Yes, in football, your job is to just play defense. In basketball, that is not your job to just play offense or defense. You have to do both to at some form of level. I
That's a good
think
question.
going back. Well, let me going back to the Steve Kerr.
You've been
I mean
talking a
Steve
lot.
Nash versus. No, he just. I'm answering his point.
What? No, because you were talking. You
Like
said let
I
you finish. Then
started, but
Marcus, and
no,
then
you waited till I was,
no,
no,
you were talking.
you waited,
I
no, you
did.
waited till I was two
You were
sentences in. Then you
talking,
said you
and then
wanted to talk.
you were talking, and then
You
you
had
said
a, you,
every time I started to
go
say
ahead,
something, you said
Drew.
let you finish.
Go ahead, Drew.
Because you were
Go ahead,
talking,
Drew.
and you said let me finish. I finished. Then
Go
Marcus
ahead,
went,
Drew.
damn.
Now, mind you, I've been talking
Go
for
ahead,
30
Drew. Go
seconds. Then
ahead.
he said, "Go ahead,
You were
Drew.
talking
Go
for
ahead, Drew.
5 minutes and then 30 seconds.
Go
Shit.
ahead, Drew." Now, are you going to answer his specific point?
Oh, shit.
Because if you're not, let me answer his specific point before you move forward.
He didn't ask a question. What point are you answering?
But he made a point. Go ahead, Drew. Now watch this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because I see it in your face. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
You're flustered. Go ahead.
Are you addressing his point or not?
I
Because
wish
if
I
you're
had
not,
some popcorn.
Go
If I
ahead and
had
address
some
it. I'll go
popcorn.
when you finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No,
close
go
the
ahead.
point. Going back to what you were saying, Marcus. Yes, no. Michael Jordan's a better defender because he had other defenders. Kobe Bryant's a better defender because he had other, but they were defenders. They played both sides of the ball with the level. They were defenders also. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can't say they were defensive liabilities and they were defensive
They
assets.
definitely were not. No, absolutely
And
not.
and my point being is James Harden being another example. There's a level. The reason James Harden is never mentioned in two guard conversations, unless you really, because James Harden is a matador on defense. Like there's that. I just want to ask the question. Going back to your point, yes, they weren't. They may have been better because they had better defenders, but they weren't defensive liabilities.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to figure out why some people, because when we talk about Kobe and we talk about Jordan, we talk about their defense and their offense. But when we talk about other people, and Steve Nash is just the example we talk about
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
he's
You just the
not the
example.
only one by far.
Yeah.
We choose to kind of not talk about their deficiencies, major deficiencies on an entire side of the ball,
Because that's what a
just
game
to
is now.
okay, cool. I'm just
I
asking
mean,
the
and
question.
that,
Well,
yeah, yeah, that,
hold on. Let me go now, Marcus.
oh,
Shit.
my bad. I'm sorry, brother. I
It's okay.
apologize. My
Nah,
bad, brother.
Now, mind you,
it's okay.
Marcus, you're addressing a point, so the point should
Yeah,
be
yeah, my
closed, and then
bad,
he
brother. Go
go.
ahead.
But you see, you want to go out of order. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching the Steelers game. Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
To
Go
Twan's
ahead, Drew.
original to Twan's original point, there are very few point guards, and I'm not going to say back in the '90s or whatever. Currently, 2000, there are very few point guards that play both sides of the ball very efficiently and
Isaiah
score.
Thomas.
I said very few. I didn't say there weren't any. I said there are very
Yeah,
few
yeah. You
who
did say
play
very few. You said very
well
few.
offensively, who score a lot of points, and also play defense. You brought up Steve Nash. I brought up Steph Curry, and then your reasoning was because he's so good offensively, right? Yes, regular season Steph Curry.
Argument I can make if you compare those two people,
I
his
got you.
offense is so much further greater than his
Because that was
deficiencies
his
on
role.
defense.
Because that was his role in that team, and they hit him defensively. Steph Curry was a defensive liability in that team for so long. He's gotten better now, but he was so good offensively. They hit him on defense. Steve Nash was the offense for that team. He set up every play. You didn't have any playmakers on that team. So again, it was a situation. He didn't score a lot. He didn't shoot a lot. That wasn't his role. but he still shot 50% from the field, 90 plus
He's
from
a good
free
shooter.
throw,
Good shooter.
and 48% from three. So again, he wasn't so much of a liability on defense where you couldn't have him on the court because he set up
Well,
everything else.
let me tell you the difference, and I'll give you my closing argument on this point.
Go for it.
The difference is Steph Curry has 4 championships. Steve Nash ain't made that second round.
Question for you: how many of those
I'm
play?
just saying. But
I got you completely. But
clearly, there
to
was a
Marcus's point
deficiency
earlier,
because they were winning games. They were winning games. They were losing games 130 to 140. So they were. It was the greatest. Remember that whole the greatest offense with
hmm
7 seconds or less, all that good stuff,
yep.
and then would get dropped, have 150 dropped on them. Again, Steph Curry has 4 championships. Steve
Okay,
Nash ain't
so
been out second round.
I got you. Compare the Phoenix
Hold on,
Suns,
Drew.
Steve Nash.
Hold on, Drew. I'm not about to stop you, Drew. I just want to make a point. I want to make a statement when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay, compare those Steve Nash teams when he's with Phoenix for that 8 years to the players Steph Curry had around him for one. And what was Steph Curry's knock for those 4 championships? He didn't show
Defense.
up in the big. No, not
I'm
that.
sure. Oh,
He didn't
okay.
show up in those games. So don't say Steph Curry had those rings. No, Golden State has those rings. And it wasn't
Oh,
because of
so you
Steph.
saying Steph Curry? No, we would not. Hold
No,
up. So
no.
you're saying
Steph Curry.
they don't have championships because of Steph?
That's not what I
I
said.
think
Let me get it out. No, let me
okay.
get it out.
All right.
In
Get it out. Get it out.
those championship series, the knock on Steph Curry was he didn't show up. You remember that?
I remember that.
So again,
He's
So
right.
what's okay?
those
But he
championship
got there.
series.
He got
No, they
question. Would they
absolutely.
be there without him for him not to show? Would they even be? Steph. My point is, Steve Nash couldn't even get them to the point where he couldn't
Steve
show up in the
Curry.
final,
I said Steve Curry. Steve Nash had the Phoenix Suns as the number one seed in the West. You remember that with that team.
and they
So
beat
again,
and lost in the second round.
look at who they went up against. So again, he did not have the role players that Steph Curry had. You cannot compare that. You can't. That goes back to the whole Yao Ming and T Mac argument with Kobe and Shaq. Steve Nash had
Here's
Amari
what here,
Stoudemire,
here's
Boris
what I'll
Diaw.
say.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'll say. You'd have an argument if Steph Curry had a championship. You may have an
Hell no.
argument if you had to.
He had,
This nigga got 4 and went to 5.
he
Like you
got
can't.
four and had who?
I get. But my point to that matter, to the point I'm making is, Drew, is you were comparing the defensive liability of Steph Curry to the defensive
You
liability of Steve Nash. And
you
what
brought
I'm
up rings.
telling you was, my point was, Steph Curry's offensive prowess was so much greater than Steve Nash's in comparison to his defensive liability. Their defensive liability very comparable. Their offensive prowess not. And in that, the difference, you're saying, hey, what's the difference? Well, yes, cool. You can say it was surrounding cast, but without Steph Curry, they wouldn't have won championship.
Before you
Without
go, Mark, can
Steph
I say
Curry,
something?
Draymond Green wouldn't be sniffing the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he's going in or not, but he wouldn't be sniffing it. Without Steph
He's
Curry,
thinking.
Klay
Hold on,
Thompson
Mark. Hold
wouldn't
on,
be
please,
sniffing the
Marcus. Please
Hall
hold
of
on.
Fame.
Please hold on. Please hold on,
So the
Marcus.
only point I'm making, you got it.
Please
The
hold on.
only
Please hold
point
on.
I'm making is that I go back to my consistency, Harold. What did I say? His offensive prowess was so great that I can't take him off the court, even though, and I'm not saying Steve Nash's wasn't great. So when you could not, I would never suggest taking Steve Nash off the court. But clearly it was only but so effective. The defensive liabilities caught up to them and the
That's a different
entirety,
argument.
that
That's a
entire
different
team.
argument. That's a different
But
team. It wasn't
my
because Steve
question,
Nash was a defensive
my whole
liability.
point was he was okay.
No,
Cool.
he was. My point to that, it was they did not
Did Tony
win. They
Parker
did
not cook
not win
him? He was
because
getting cooked. Did Tony
they
Parker
did.
not cook him in the playoffs?
Tony Parker, he cooked everybody in the playoffs. Steve
That's
Nash
number
did, and the
7.
Phoenix Suns did not win because his individual defense wasn't great. Again, the Western Finals against the Spurs, the series they should have won when they lost half of their team.
Mm-hmm.
That year they weren't supposed to make it that far. The year they put the Lakers out, they weren't supposed to make it that far. Again,
The
it wasn't
Smush
because
Parker Lakers. They
don't matter.
claim the fame is beating the Smush
I don't give
Parker
a
and
shit.
Chris Mim Lakers. Can I ask you a question to pivot
Not
real
yet.
quick?
Not yet.
Is
Again,
Kyrie
you
Irving
are.
the point guard to you?
Is he a point guard? Kyrie to me is a
I'm
two guard.
asking you. So we're not gonna count him. Okay. All right. I'm not even gonna
But
argue. Go ahead.
but again, you're talking about offensive efficiency. Steve Nash's role in that team wasn't to score. If Steve Nash had a mindset to score, I guarantee he'd average 30 a game.
What you're not gonna do is
We
do
would
the
never know.
ifs. We're not gonna do the ifs. We can't give him the ifs now.
Okay, well, factually, those championships, the factual knock on Steph Curry is that he didn't show up. So again, they didn't win those championships because they got there
I'm
because of
gonna ask.
him. They didn't win because of
Cool.
him.
That's not
Marcus,
even
go ahead.
true. You're talking
Go ahead,
about
Marcus.
in a
Go.
7 game
Go, Marcus.
series, 1 or 2 games. I'm gonna ask you a
1 or 2
question.
games.
Hey,
His
man,
knock for
can I
4
get
years was he didn't show up.
Bro, he okay.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
okay?
Mark.
I think I got a way to settle your debate. Number one, Drew makes a good point. Twan makes a good point. Here's why I disagree, but I feel like I can kind of bring it all together. All right. Steph Curry threat offensively absolutely keeps him on the floor. To Drew's point, though, Steph Curry has gone to 5 finals and has
Yeah,
won finals MVP. One.
yeah. Agreed.
Now, that could be a, popularity contest, whatever we can consider it. But here's what we can't here's where the numbers don't lie. Steve Nash, I don't know what he averaged per game. I'm assuming it's probably around 20, 22 points a game, probably about 11 assists. Offensive prowess is being able to put the ball in the basket and create offense. If this
Mm-hmm.
guy's averaging 20 some points and he's getting 11 assists a night, that's a little bit more prowess than Steph Curry. Now, I'm not saying he's a better offensive player than Steph
That's
Curry. I'm just
fair.
talking about production. But this
That's
all
fair.
comes in, to go back to the original point that you made. Why don't we look at other players that way? Because they don't play both sides of the ball because the game has changed. Steve Nash walked so Steph Curry, guys like Steph Curry, can run. You didn't have little point guards starting in the NBA back then. And if they were, they weren't leading the team in scoring. It was Isaiah Thomas,
17. I think it was 17, 8, and 3 is his playoff stats.
17, 8, and 3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot for a guy who shoots. I mean, he's not a shoot first guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? That's a lot of points. That's a lot of assists. But again, that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm
26,
making,
6, and 5 from Steph Curry. Just to
what is it?
make it clear. 26, 6, and
Because he
5.
takes 40 shots a game. That's his role in the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, that's not the point I'm making.
46%, 46% from the field, but okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
Steve
not the
Nash is
point I'm making. No,
48. What's your point?
I don't think anybody's disagreeing that Steph Curry is the better offensive player. I'm not disagreeing that. I don't think Drew's disagreeing that. All I'm saying is those guys, they're not looked at a certain type of way because those little guys who can't play defense, because all of them, Steph Curry, Steve Nash, Kyrie Irving, all these little guys can score the ball at a clip and can do shit offensively that they couldn't do back then. So you have to keep them on the floor because that's what a game is. So you try to hide them, and you have to hide them. They've always done it. They've
I
always done it.
understand. I get
Even
it.
at the only difference is they didn't hide him at the NBA level. They didn't hide, like, I'll give you a perfect example. What's my man name that played for Muggsy Bogues? Muggsy Bogues, right? Muggsy Bogues was nobody's offensive star, but what Muggsy was a fucking menace on defense, and that's how he got on the court. And that's how he made
Mm-hmm.
it to the NBA. There were plenty of point guards that were tall, a little taller than Muggsy, way better offensive players, but they couldn't play defense because back then we're not taking. I think you made the comment, Twan. I like my NBA guys tall.
Yeah.
That was the thinking back then. Trae Young is one of the better point guards in the NBA, and again, he can't guard anybody on this panel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
But
about to
you'll
say, I
never
don't know.
say, yeah, you'll never say, I'm going to take him off of the floor because he can't guard. You might take him off of the floor in certain situations. Derrick Rose, who I love Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was nobody's top defender ever, ever in his career. You see what I'm saying? So, like, the game just has changed. Like, we named the guys back in the day with Jordan that played with Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. Now, the guys that stood out, Magic, John Stockton, kind of a big guy, not super big, but kind of big. Isaiah Thomas. And that's about it at the point guard spot, bro. Like, you know what I
So,
mean? Like,
but so and I get that. And I know that's how the game is played. I completely understand.
It just changed. It just changed
But here's my again. But it's not that it changed. It just changed that we only compared to who we want to. We only put that on who we want to put it on. For example, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is deemed great. Half the reason is because he's such a phenomenal defender, right?
because
But
he's a big
then
guy.
if we look at that's fine. But I'm just it's what it is. We look at somebody like James Harden, who's not small,
Yeah, he's not
and
small.
we
He's not
we
small.
say he's great, great, great. But guess what we don't. I mean, people do mention that he can't play defense, but guess what's never mentioned? Same era. We're not talking about a small guy. We just pick and choose. Steve Nash is just the top of the conversation league, and to me, he's one of those people. We pick and choose who we decide to talk about defense with when we want to, and I think
I
I
think
sort
the
of like
accomplishments have a lot to do with it, though. Like I think,
cool. But
I think the accomplishments have a lot to do with it.
what does
And I
Steve
mean,
Nash
Steph.
accomplish?
Yeah, no, but he didn't accomplish like
He's
Steph
fourth
Curry
all time in
accomplished.
assists.
Like he didn't. No, I'm saying like he didn't accomplish like Steph Curry has accomplished. Like, okay, I'll give you an example.
He didn't have
Nobody would
KD.
say Steph Curry is a bad defender if Kyrie didn't cook him and they lost 3-1. Nobody would say Steph Curry's a bad defender, bro. It just got exposed on the biggest stage. You know what I mean? Like it got exposed on the biggest stage, and he, to his credit, went and fixed it. Like he's like, bro, like I got to be better
He got
defender.
better. He
He
got
got
better. He got
bigger.
much
He got
better. He got
stronger.
much better.
They beat him
And
up.
he's
Like
long.
Steve Nash
He's
just didn't
longer
get
than
that.
people think.
Yeah, and
Can I ask you a question,
I think the
Marcus?
same thing would have happened to Nash, but he just didn't get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
Like
ask you a
he
question,
didn't get the
Marcus?
opportunity.
And
What's
again, we
up?
don't know. If Golden State doesn't win, lose, and go get KD, do they have 4 rings?
No, no, they don't.
I
They were
mean,
figured out. They were figured out. They were figured out. They got exposed in a way that there was no adjustment that you could make to that.
so here's my question. What's the actual point you making by that? Because that's just two. That's two
I'm asking a
less than
question.
the other two he got.
No, he was just asking a question. You just asking a
That's
general
a
question.
question.
So okay, cool. Because my
Yeah,
whole thing is
yeah.
this. My whole thing is this. There's either we can all success and is not success, right? And I'm not knocking Steve Nash, but when we talk about what he's accomplished, he has an MVP that's controversial. Yeah, it is. It just that's yeah, he has two back to back.
This nigga. Go ahead.
They're both
Go ahead.
they're both controversial. We can be honest. We can look
How?
at the stats.
Who should have got it? Who
They're
should have got
Marcus,
it?
controversial.
can I
They're
can
controversial.
I get
They're
Marcus?
controversial.
Can you do this one? I'm not
Both
gonna.
of them?
I'm
Who
gonna
should have
make
got it?
Don't
Who should have
listen. The
got it?
only
you.
reason it's controversial because that year that he won, without a doubt, and I gotta agree with Twan on this. Without a doubt, Kobe Bryant was the best player in the NBA. But to
You know why
Drew's
he didn't get it?
point,
You know why he didn't get it?
wait a minute. Let me land the damn
Go ahead.
plane. I
Go
ain't
ahead.
even
Go
got
ahead.
past the turbulence
Go
level.
ahead. Go
Let me
ahead.
land the fucking plane. I'm
Got you.
trying to credit you. I'm about to say
Okay.
to Drew's point, Steve Nash was the #1 seed in the West that year. You can't give the team that finishes 7th in the West. I don't give a damn if he was averaging 40 a game. They
Thank you,
finished
Marcus.
7th in the West. He's
Here's
not the
my
most
question:
valuable player.
Did Steve Nash?
He's not.
Did,
He's not.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing because I feel how I feel. But the Steve Nash deserve. I don't care what y'all say. The Steve Nash deserve. Hell, they did all that. They did all that. It sounded very eloquent. Give a damn what you say. I feel how I feel. But my question, Marcus, simply to you: does Steve Nash deserve? And I know it don't deserve. Don't even matter. Back to back MVPs.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay, then we can. All right. Well,
Yeah.
on that
And
note, there's no reason
and
for me
I'm
to even
fair.
continue the conversation.
And I'm fair because just like the Jordan conversation with the MVPs, I feel like LeBron should have 8 of them. But guess what? His team
I
wasn't
don't
the
think it's the
best.
yeah.
His team wasn't the best. Like that, the year that Derrick Rose won the MVP,
Can we
bro.
look at the Can we look at the rosters of those teams, Marcus? Come on, we just sat here and talked about rosters. This man just sat here and talked about the rosters that Kobe Bryant had that he pulled into the playoffs. You talk about because I know you love LeBron pulled a lot of them Cleveland teams into the playoffs. And you come on now, you can't see him. And Drew, you sat here and talked about how Steph Curry's roster was so much greater than Steve Nash's roster. Cool, I'm not even arguing that point. Let's look at the rosters on those
Okay, hold on. Well,
Smush Parker, Chris
let's
Mims, Kwame
define.
Brown. I remember Shannon Brown. His biggest claim to fame was man and Monica.
Okay, well let's okay. That's fair. That's fair to him. That's fair. I
He
tell you
could
what.
jump real good and he made Monica.
I tell you what. The year that Steve Nash won the MVP that you feel like Kobe should have won, and again, I do think it's controversial. I think it's controversial that LeBron won Rookie of the Year over Melo. You know what I mean? Like it is. But here's the thing.
I agree with that too. We had that's another
Yeah,
debate.
and I'm fair. I'm fair. But here's the thing.
I'm
Let's
proud of
take
you. I didn't never
Steve.
think I didn't say that.
Let's take Steve Nash off that Phoenix team who finished number one in the whole NBA.
I
And
want to hear
let's
this.
take hold up. Let's take Kobe Bryant, and I believe they finished seventh in the West off
Them
the
niggas go
Lakers.
over. They go over 82.
That's cap. That's cap. That's cap.
I'm sorry.
That's
They go
cap.
7 and
That's cap.
75.
Which one is the bigger fall off?
No,
Which
the
one is
bigger
the bigger
fall off.
fall off? One
I
team
think the
finished
big.
one in
I'm
the
going to
NBA,
answer the question. The bigger fall off to me would be the Lakers because
and
well,
that's where
no,
we
that's
disagree.
not fair. That's not fair because you can only go from 7 to 10. But I think they would literally go from a playoff team to a lottery like first two picks. And I
They just
think
go.
that team because remember they had Leandro Barbosa. I'm not saying Steve Nash was not critical. What I'm saying is that team probably might still inch into the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead. I ain't got nothing else to say. I feel
Yeah,
how I feel.
I'm never gonna be on the side of an MVP not
But
being
do you
one
at
or
least hear
two.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
didn't
I
argue
feel
that.
you.
I didn't
Yeah,
argue
yeah,
that point. I didn't argue
yeah.
that point. But if we're gonna go into context, that team would have just not sniffed.
I gave you credit when I said it's controversial, but as you said before,
I
I don't
appreciate it,
give
but
a damn.
then you went
As you
left
said
because I didn't like
before, I
you
don't give
went
a
left.
Steph
damn
looked
what you
tired.
say. There will never be a seven seed MVP in my book ever,
Agreed.
ever.
and
Agreed.
no
I
There
and
will
get it.
never
nobody
And
be
I'm
a
with you.
motherfucker who loses
I'm
in the
with you.
finals and wins finals
I'm with
MVP.
you. But here's my only Marcus. Here's my only debate on that. You won't ever do I ever talk about those MVPs? Very you will never hear me talk about that. But here's the only reason I talk about that. When we use that to make him better than somebody else, then I have to call like, hold on. We're not going we keep using that kind of shit because
Didn't say he was
it is
better. He just had
controversial.
a better year, bro. That's all. That's
No,
all
no,
it
no,
said.
no, no.
to
I'm not
me,
talking about the Kobe Bryant. I'm not saying because I didn't say he was better than Kobe Bryant. We
Mm.
were using the MVPs to stack him up, but I'm like, let's not because the MVPs is to me a little controversial.
but
That's
not
all I
just,
was saying.
but not controversial. Okay, two things that
That's
I'm
all I'm
gonna.
saying.
The NBA doesn't look at teams beyond the fifth seed when looking
Agreed.
at
That's that part I'm not
for one.
arguing. That part I'm
For
not
one.
That's
arguing.
unfair.
For the second
That's
thing,
unfair.
again, it's if you look at the West outside. Okay, I like take Lakers out of it. The West that year, you had a Tim Duncan Spurs team. You had the Seattle SuperSonics who were good, Dallas who was good, Memphis who was good. The Suns won 62 games that year. So to say that it
Oh,
wasn't
they had a
earned,
great regular season. They had no. I never the
they
MVP.
had a they
I
had a
never said it
great
was earned.
Western
I
fight.
didn't say he didn't have a. See,
I got you.
I said it
They
was
had a
Wasn't
great.
Chris
controversial.
Paul in New
They had
Orleans?
a
Wasn't Chris Paul in New Orleans that
Yeah,
year?
here's Chris
yes.
Paul in New Orleans.
They made the
You know,
They had a
playoffs. They made the playoffs.
but
they had
I
a.
think you're confusing
Mm-mm.
controversial so he didn't earn it at all. He had a
I don't
phenomenal
see.
season. That's
I don't see
those two things are
controversial
not
at
the same
all.
thing.
Yeah, I
No,
think
it's
it's
controversial.
controversial, but he did
If
earn
I'm
it
the
It's
though.
definitely
best,
controversial.
if I'm the
He
best player,
earned it, but I agree it's controversial.
if I score 82 points a game on a team who doesn't win any games, am I the best player in the league?
So again, I think and to close out my point of this because we just going back and forth. So really, the only thing I'm saying is we assign value different. So you're saying value, and I understand how the league look at it. That's why I ain't never said the league. I get it. They were the seventh seed. It wasn't enough. Cool. What I'm simply saying is that we assign value. If you take going back to your original question, if you take Steve Nash off of that team, do I feel like they still possibly would be a playoff team? I think they were good enough. That team was good. So and they were good enough to possibly still make the playoffs. And I think if you take Kobe Bryant, like Marcus said, off that team, my opinion is they don't sniff 12 wins.
So with
I
To
Steve
don't
Nash
think
off
me,
that
that I
team,
don't think
and
that
I
Phoenix
think,
team
and I,
sniffs the playoffs.
so with Steve Nash
that's
off
just
that
a
team,
statement. That's just
you feel like they're
and
top
so
seven.
no. Let me say this last statement. I think as far as the not sniffing 12 wins aspect of it, yes, to answer your question, Mark, I think it's a conversation. Now
Yeah,
that
it's
was so long
conversation.
ago,
It's a
I
conversation.
can't remember exactly,
That's
but
fair. That's
you
fair.
I found value. If the Lakers never didn't make the playoff that year, you wouldn't have heard shit from me. The only reason I'm bringing up as an A man, sometimes we gotta look at it a little different, is because he did drag a team without him that probably wouldn't have sniffed 12 wins to be playoffs in what y'all just called a stacked Western Conference. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
mean,
That's my last point.
it
My
goes,
last
it
point.
goes, it goes back the way we look at things, though. You know what I mean? Like again, we can't use the argument against LeBron and say you dragged his team and you just couldn't get it done, and then with him it's like, well, he just ain't have enough
Well, I
help.
don't
I
say
know
that
you're
about
not
LeBron.
saying that. I know
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
okay. Yeah.
He was tired. How
It's
many?
too much
How many?
basketball. We too much
I know.
basketball.
I feel like MB should have got MVP years ago. You know why they didn't get it? Because they didn't win.
But they
MB
suck.
was the best player in the league 3 years in a
Yeah.
row. He didn't get
hmm
it because they didn't win. Same argument.
And he
I
didn't
thought
play
I thought
enough.
Jokic
He
should have
also
won the
didn't
year he
play.
won.
He didn't play enough.
I thought Jokic should have won the year MVP.
Embiid
MVP
just
won.
don't play enough to
I did.
win. Even before they had that 65 game rule, he just didn't play enough.
Yeah, he don't play enough. He don't play
He
enough,
don't
bro.
play enough. That's
He
not
don't
even
play enough.
really. Yeah,
Hey, this
He
has
just
been the
don't play
longest show
enough.
we had.
yeah. It was
Uh,
a good conversation though, fellas. Good
Yeah,
conversation.
absolutely,
we got to get out of
absolutely.
here, man. Our producer done left.
We- I hope when we leave, we don't mess it up.
We'll
That nigga
see.
was
I
sleeping.
got it.
All right, fellas.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.